Question 51. What is the radius of the sphere passing through the corners of the cuboid with edges 8 centimeter, 12 centimeter, and 24 centimeter? Right. So students, here we have taken a cuboid, right? So whose length, let it be 24 centimeter, breadth, let it be 12 centimeter, and width be height be 12 centimeter and width be 8 centimeter, right? So here is a sphere passing through the corners of the cuboid, right? We need to find radius of the sphere, right? So before going to radius of the sphere, we'll consider the diagonal of the cuboid, right? So we'll consider diagonal of the cuboid, right? Like this, from one corner to another corner. So we are considering the diagonal of the cuboid like this. Right. So based on the values of length, width, and height, so diagonal of the cuboid, since the sphere is passing through the corners of the cuboid, so diagonal of the sphere is equal to diagonal of the cuboid, right? So which is equal to diagonal of the sphere. Right? So we'll find diagonal of the cuboid now, right? Which is equal to square root of its length square plus breadth square plus height square, right? So the formula says, so length square is 24 square plus breadth square is 8 square plus 12 square, right? So simplify it. So it is 596, right? 24 into 24, right? So it is 96, then 24 into 2, 48. Yes. 24 into 48 plus 9, 57. 576. Right? Yes. 576 plus 8 square is 64, 12 square is 144. Right? So here 10, 14. Then 6 plus 4, 10 plus 11 plus 7, 18. Then 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 784, right? 784. Square root of 784. So it is 28. Yes. Yes. 28 centimeter is diagonal of this cuboid, right? Therefore, diagonal of the sphere is also 28 centimeter. Here question is to find radius of the sphere, right? So radius of the sphere is, right? So diagonal by 2, which is 28 by 2, 14 centimeter is radius of the sphere, right? Hence option B is the right answer. So students, in this question, first we need to find diagonal of the cuboid, right? So here diagonal of the cuboid is nothing but diagonal of the sphere. The reason is the sphere is passing through the corners of the cuboid, right? Therefore, their diagonals are equal. Then half of the diagonal gives the radius. Option B is the right answer. Question 52. A lamp shade is in the shape of a part of a cone and its top and bottom ends are circles whose circumferences are respectively 30 centimeter and 40 centimeter. The perpendicular distance between the ends is 6 centimeter. If the cone were to be completed, then how far would its vertex be from the top end, right? So students will consider a lamp shade, so which is a part of a cone, right? So just imagine a cone like this, right? We are considering a cone like this, right? Here the lamp shade is part of a cone, right? So this is the lamp shade, which is part of a cone, right? Its top and bottom ends are circles. So circumference of the first circle is 30 centimeter and the second circle is bottom end is 40 centimeters, right? Perpendicular distance between the ends is 6 centimeter. So this is the perpendicular distance between the ends, so which is 6 centimeter, right? If cone were to be completed, then how far would its vertex be from the top end? This is top end, right? This is top end. and vertex of the cone is this one, right? Let it be O. O be the vertex from the top end, right? So what is the distance of the vertex, right? So let the distance be OS, right? We need to find OS distance, right? So to find this, we'll make a construction here, extend this OS up to the bottom end, let it meet the bottom end at P, right? And so we'll consider one side of the cone, right, where these 2 points be S, T and Q, T and Q, right? Why do we need T and Q? I'll explain later. Now join S and T and P and Q, right? Now the circumference of the two circles are given, right? Right? So here circumferences are in the ratio 3:4, right? So ratio of circumference of two circles is equal to 30:40, which is nothing but 3:4, right? Now let us consider part of the circumference, right? Some part of the circumference and same part of the circumference of another circle, right? These parts are also in the ratio 3:4. When the whole circumferences are in the ratio 3:4, then part of or portion of the circumference are also in the ratio 3:4, right? Therefore, so we are considering the portion of the circle which is in triangular shape, that is OST, right? OST. So consider triangle OST and triangle OPQ in these two triangles, right? So can we consider two angles here, right? Angle S is equal to angle P, right? Now we are considering the common angle, right? So angle O is equal to angle O, right? Now we are considering the radii, right? So ST is, right? This is radius of the first circle. ST is to PQ ratio. We are not equating these two because these two radii of two circles are not equal. ST is to PQ is equal to 3:4 because two circles are in the ratio 3:4. Circumference of the circles are in the ratio 3:4 and circumference is directly proportional to radius. Circumference is directly proportional to radius because circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Therefore, it is directly proportional to radius. Therefore, radii of these two circles, right? Radii of two ends, top end and bottom end, are in the ratio 3:4, which are ST and PQ. These two are radii of ST and PQ are radii of top and bottom ends, right? Therefore, which are in the ratio 3:4. Therefore, in the two triangles OST and OPQ, so ST and PQ ratio is 3:4, right? Now we will consider triangle OST and OPQ, right? We can say OST, triangle OST is congruent to triangle OPQ. Right? Now we need OS here, right? The distance from the vertex, right? So how do you find this? So since OS to OP, right? OS to OP, so we'll consider, therefore, OS to OP ratio is 3:4, right? So these two triangles are congruent and one of its corresponding sides are in the ratio 3:4. Therefore, the remaining sides are also in the ratio 3:4, right? Here we need OS to OP ratio is 3:4. right? And here we have SP distance, which is 6 centimeter, which is already given. Perpendicular or what is that? Perpendicular distance between the ends, right? They have already given. So PS is 6 centimeter. Now PS is equal to 6 centimeter. Distance between two circles, right? Two ends is 6 centimeter. So I can call it as 1 unit, because the whole distance OP, this whole distance is 4 units because of the ratio OS to OP, right? OP is 4 units, right? And OS up to S, it is 3 units. Therefore, the remaining distance SP, this distance which I am showing now, this is 1 unit, right? Therefore, SP or PSC is 1 unit. Therefore, OS is equal to 3 units. 1 unit is 6 centimeter. 6 into 3, 18 centimeter is the distance from the vertex, right? Distance of the top end from the vertex, right? Therefore, 18 centimeter option B is the right answer. Question 53. A sum of money at 20% rate of compound interest per annum becomes more than 100 times in n years. What is the least value of n? So we have to use log 2 to the base 10 as 0.301 and log 3 to the base 10 as 0.477, right? So in the calculation of this question, we have to use these two values, right? How to use that? So we'll take the given data, sum of money at 20% rate of compound interest. So rate of interest R is 20% here, right? So the principal becomes more than 100 times in n years. Here the time period is n years. It becomes more than 100 times. That means if sum or principal is P, if you consider principal as P rupees, right? It amounts to 100 times the principal, right? So amount becomes 100 times. It is given that more than 100 times in n years, means we'll consider 100 times principal, right? In n years. So what is the least value of n, right? So here students, we are using the formula to calculate amount. So which is equal to principal into 1 plus rate by 100 to the power of time period, right? Which is n, right? So here, so I'll mention it as t, time period, to the power of t. So here amount is 100 times the principal, right? Is equal to principal into 1 plus rate is 20%, right? To the power of n. Here we can cancel p and p. So 100 can be written as 10 square is equal to, so 120 by 100 raised to n, right? Therefore, 10 square is equal to 12 by 10 raised to n, right? To find value of n, we use logarithm, right? Therefore, log to the base 10, it is understood that the base is 10, to the base 10 of 10 square is equal to log to the base 10, 12 by 10 raised to n, right? So students, we are using the concept of logarithm here. So log m raised to n is equal to n log m, right? So use the same formula here. So here LHS is in the form of log m raised to n, which is n log m. So which is 2 log 10 to the base 10 is equal to, so right hand side also has a power, therefore it is n into log 12 by 10 to the base 10, right? Since log 10 to the base 10 is 1, therefore we can write 2 into 1 is equal to n into, so log m by n is log m minus n, right? Log m by n is log m minus log n. Therefore, so log 12 by 10 can be written as log 12 minus log 10 to the base 10, right? Therefore, 2 is equal to n into log 12 can be written as log of 4 into 3, right? Minus log 10 value is 1, right? So similarly, log 4 can be written as 2 square. Therefore, so before going to that, log 4 into 3 can be written as log 4 plus log 3, because log mn is equal to log m plus log n, right? Log m plus log n, right? Therefore, log 4 plus log 3 minus 1, which is equal to n into log 4 is nothing but log 2 square, right? Therefore, again, we are using log m raised to n formula, which is 2 log 2 plus log 3 minus 1. Here, log 2 and log 3 values are given, right, in the question. Log 2 is 0.301. Log 3 is 0.477, right? Therefore, n into 2 into, so 0.301 plus 0.477 minus 1. Simplify it, right? So you will get the answer. So 2 is equal to, so finally we are going to find the value of n. So 2 is equal to n into, so 0.301 into 2 is 0.602 plus 0.477 minus 1. So n into, so 602 plus 477. So we have 1.079, right? 079 minus 1. Therefore, n into 0.079, right? Therefore, value of n is 2 by 0.079 or 2000 by 79. Both are same. You will get 25.3164. Right? So here n is the time period, right? So the question is, what is the least value of n? So in how many years, right? So the principal, the sum becomes 100 times, more than 100 times is asked, right? Therefore, so it should be greater than 25 years, right? Therefore, approximate value is 26 years. Right? In 26 years, the principal becomes more than 100 times of its original value. Therefore, option D is the right answer. Right? So, after 26 years, it becomes 100 times its or more than 100 times its original sum. Question 54. The corners of an equilateral triangular plate cut in such a manner that it forms a regular hexagonal plate. What is the ratio of the area of the triangular plate to the area of the hexagonal plate? Right? Students will consider an equilateral triangular plate like this. Right? So a triangular plate whose sides are equal, right? So corners of this triangular plate were cut, right? In such a manner that we have to get a regular hexagonal plate. So in this manner, the corners were cut, right? Corners were cut, right? Since we got a regular hexagonal plate, so all sides are equal, right? All sides are equal, right? So let the measure of each side be x, x, and x, right? So here, so the triangular plate was equilateral triangular plate, right? So all the sides were equal. Therefore, each part was x, right? So this each part was x here, right? Now, now what is the ratio of area of the triangular plate to area of the hexagonal plate, right? So for that, we'll consider area of an equilateral triangle, right? Area of an equilateral triangle form. Equilateral triangle, let it be A1, right? So the formula says it is root 3 by 4 into A square. A square is nothing but the square of its side, right? So an area of a regular hexagonal shape, right? Area of a regular hexagon. Hexagon. Regular hexagon means all sides are equal, right? The formula says it is 3 into root 3 by 2 into A square, where A is nothing but side of the hexagon, right? So let it be second area, A2, right? Here we need A1 is to A2 ratio, right? Therefore, in this scenario here, A1 is root 3 by 4. What is side of the equilateral triangular plate? So it is x plus x plus x, right? Side is 3x units. Side of the triangular plate is 3x units. Therefore, 3x square, whereas A2 is area of the regular hexagon is 3 root 3 by 2 into, so regular hexagons, each side measures x units, therefore it is x square. Therefore, A1 is to A2 or A1 by A2 is root 3 by 4 into 3x whole square is 9x square whole divided by 3 root 3 by 2 x square. So we can cancel x square and x square, root 3 and root 3 will get cancelled. So 2 goes to numerator. So we have 9 into 2 in the numerator and 4 into 3 in the denominator. So 3 into 3 is 9, 2 into 2 is 4. Therefore, 3 by 2 or 3 is to 2 is the ratio of their areas, right? Area of the triangular plate to area of the hexagonal plate is 3 is to 2 ratio, right? Option B. Question 55. Two equal arcs of different circles C1 and C2 subtend angles of 60° and 75° respectively at the centers. What is the ratio of the radius of C1 to the radius of C2, right? So we'll consider two circles, students, C1 and C2, right? Two circles C1 and C2. C1 and C2, and we'll consider two arcs of different lengths, right? Not different lengths, equal lengths. Two arcs of different circles, two equal arcs. Therefore, L1 and L2 are equal arcs, right? Which subtend angles 60° and 75° at the centers of two circles, right? Now, what is the ratio of radius of C1 to radius of C2? Let R1 and R2 be the radii of two circles, right? So here, students, in case of a circle, length of an arc is nothing but the product of its radius and angle subtended at the center. Radius and angle subtended at the center. Right? Therefore, so length of an arc L is equal to R into theta, right? So in this particular case, L1 is length of the arc, let it be AB or L1. L1 is R1 into 60°, whereas L2 is equal to R2 into 75°. It is given that two arcs are equal, right? So L1 is equal to L2. Therefore, R1 60° is equal to R2 75°. We need ratio of radius of C1 to C2. So R1 by R2 is equal to 75 by 60. So 15 into 5, 15 into 4 is 60. Therefore, 5 is to 4 is the ratio of their radii, right? So option B is the right answer. Question 56. ABC is a triangle with sides AB, BC and CA, right? So whose measures are given. DE and F are midpoints of AB, BC and CA respectively. Then what is the area of the triangle DEF, right? So we'll consider a triangle ABC whose sides are given and their midpoints are given, right? So this is ABC and DE and F are midpoints of AB, BC and CA respectively, right? So DEF, right? So let us join these points DE and F. We get a triangle DEF. We need area of this DEF, right? Right? So for that, we need measure of DE, EF and DF, right? Here, the midpoint theorem, we use midpoint theorem concept. It states that, midpoint theorem states that the line joining midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and which is half of the third side, right? So we'll consider two midpoints of two sides D and F, right? Line joining midpoints of two sides of a triangle is DF here, which is parallel to, right? DF is parallel to BC and DF will be half of is equal to half of BC. This is midpoint theorem, right? Therefore, by midpoint theorem, so we can write DF as half of BC, right? Since BC is 28 centimeter, right? 28 centimeter. Therefore, DF measure will be half of 28, which is 14 centimeter. And DE. DE is also a line joining midpoints of two sides AB and BC, right? Which is half of third side, which is AC. So half of AC is half of 15 centimeter, which is 7.5 centimeter. And the other side of DEF is EF. EF is half of its opposite side, which is AB. Half of AB is half of 41, which is 20.5 centimeter, right? Therefore, DF is 14 centimeter, DE is 7.5 and EF is 20.5 centimeter, right? So how to find the area of a triangle when all the sides are given, which are not equal, right? For that, we need semi circumference of the semi circumference of the triangle, right? Semi circumference S is equal to, right? So sum of all its sides 14 plus 7.5 plus 20.5 divided by 2, right? Therefore, so it is 14 plus 8 is 22 plus 20, 42 by 2, which is 21. So 21 centimeter is semi-circumference, right? Therefore, area of triangle DEF, not semi-circumference, it is semi-perimeter. Sorry, semi-perimeter, right? So that means the sum of the sides, semi-perimeter of triangle is this one. Therefore, area of triangle DEF is equal to, so square root of, here semi-perimeter is S. So S into S minus one of its sides into S minus other side into S minus third side C, right? So where A, B and C are sides of triangle DEF, right? Therefore, square root of S is 21 into 21 minus, so first side is, you can take it as 14, right? S minus A is 14 and 21 minus B is 7.5 and the third side is 20.5. Simplify it, right? Root of 21 into 21 minus 14 is 7 into 21 minus 7.5, which is 13.5 into 21 minus 20.5 is 0.5, right? Therefore, simplify it. So when you take the product of these two, these, yes, you will get root of 992.25, which is equal to 31.5 square centimeter, right? 31.5 square centimeter is area of DEF, right? Option C is the right answer, right? So in such type of questions, first we need to find the measure of the given triangle, right? Whose area to be calculated here. So measure of sides of the triangles. Using the sides, we have to find semi-perimeter of the triangle DEF, right? Semi-perimeter is half of the perimeter of the triangle. Then area of the triangle whose sides are not equal is equal to square root of semi-perimeter into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. You will get the answer. If all the sides are equal, then square root of the square of sum of the squares of sides gives the area, right? Here all sides are not equal. Therefore, we are using this formula based on semi-perimeter, right? Hence, option C is the right answer. Question 57. A triangle has sides 13 centimeter, 14 centimeter, and 15 centimeter long. What is the length of the smallest altitude of the triangle, right? So we'll consider a triangle ABC, say for example, right, whose sides are 13, 14, and 15, right? 13 centimeter, 14 centimeter, and 15 centimeter, right? So which is the smallest altitude of the triangle? So the altitude with respect to the largest side or longest side is the smallest altitude. Here the largest side is 15 centimeter. So its corresponding altitude, right? The perpendicular height is the smallest altitude, right? Right? With respect to largest side is smallest altitude. So we need to find this AD, right? Smallest altitude. For that, we need area of the triangle because area of the triangle is half into base into height. Once we know the area, we can easily find the altitude, right? Or height. So how to find area? Using, again, as we have discussed in the previous question, here also we use semi-perimeter of the triangle. Based on that, we are going to find the area of the triangle, right? Semi-perimeter S is equal to, so sum of its sides divided by 2. Perimeter by 2 is semi-perimeter, right? Therefore, 14, yes, 42 by 2, which is 21 centimeter is semi-perimeter. Therefore, area of the triangle is, the formula says square root of, yes, semi-perimeter into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, right? So square root of, yes, semi-perimeter is 21 into 21 minus 13 into 21 minus 14 into 21 minus 15. Therefore, it is square root of, yes, 21 into, yes, 8 into 7 into 6. So, area of the triangle is, yes, so simplify it, 21. Yeah, we'll take the product of all these. So, 21 into 8 into 7 into 6. You will get 7056, right? And it's a square root. Yes. Square root of 7056 is 84. So area of the triangle is 84 centimeter square, right? Area is 84 centimeter square and area is half into base into height. Another formula based on height and base, it is half into base into height. Therefore, 84 is equal to half into, so base is 15 centimeter. With respect to the smallest altitude, its base is 15 centimeter into height. Therefore, H is 84 into 2 by 15, right? So, simplify it, 84, yes, 84 into 2 divided by 15 will give you 11.2 centimeter as the smallest altitude, right? 11.2, option B is the right answer, right? Smallest altitude is 11.2, this one. Question 58. The circumference of a circle exceeds the diameter by 16.8 centimeter. What is the diameter of the circle? Take pi as 22 by 7. Very simple question. Here, circumference of the circumference exceeds the diameter means it is 16.8 centimeter more than the diameter, right? That means 16.8 plus diameter of the circle. Right, circumference of the circle is 16.8 plus diameter of the circle, right? So the formula says is 2 pi r is circumference of the circle is equal to 16.8 plus d is diameter of the circle. Here we need diameter of the circle, right? So here 2 into r, we'll take 2 and r. 2r is nothing but diameter, right? Into pi minus diameter, take this diameter to the left hand side, is equal to 16.8. So diameter into pi minus 1 is 16.8. Simplify it. diameter into 22 by 7 minus 1 is 16.8. Very simple calculation. So diameter into 22, yes, minus 7 is 15, right? By 7 is 16.8. So diameter is 16.8 into 7 by 15. D is 16.8 into 7 by 15. You will get 117.6 by 15, which is 7.84 centimeter is diameter of the circle, right? So 7.84, option D is the right answer. Question 59. The hypotenuse AC of a right angled triangle ABC is 3 root 5 centimeter. If AB is doubled and BC is tripled such that ABC remains a right angled triangle, the hypotenuse becomes 15 centimeter. What is AB plus BC equal to? So students will consider a right angled triangle ABC, right? So this is ABC, in which AC is the hypotenuse, right? So whose measure is 3 root 5 centimeter. Right? AB is doubled and BC is tripled. So in another triangle, when AB is doubled, double means if X be the original AB, right? When it is doubled, it becomes 2X, right? And BC is tripled. So if BC is Y, BC becomes 3Y. In the new triangle, BC is tripled such that ABC remains a right angle triangle and hypotenuse becomes 15. So the new hypotenuse, right? The new hypotenuse becomes of 15 centimeter. What is AB plus BC equal to? What is original AB and BC, X and Y, right? So this, let it be the new ABC. What is AB plus BC or X plus Y equal to, right? So in both the cases, we use Pythagoras theorem, right? So here we'll take 3 root 5, the whole square is equal to X square plus Y square, right? By Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem, right? So square of the hypotenuse is sum of the squares of other two sides, right? Whereas to the new triangle, hypotenuse square is equal to, so 2x whole square plus 3y whole square. So 3 root 5, the square is 9 into 5, 45 is equal to x square plus y square, or x square plus y square is equal to 45. And 225 is equal to 4x square plus 9y square, right? We have got two simultaneous equations. So with the power 2, so when the first equation is multiplied by 4, right? So 45 into 4, which is 180, is equal to 4x square plus 4y square. And the second equation becomes, this will be as it is, 225 is equal to 4x square plus 9y square. Right? So let it be equation 1, let it be equation 2. So we just subtract equation 1 from 2. Right? 2 minus 1 gives, yes, 225 minus 180 is 45. 4x square and 4x square will get cancelled or deleted. So which is equal to 5y square. 9y square minus 4y square is 5y square. Therefore, y square is equal to 45 by 5, which is 9. So value of y is positive value, right? 3 centimeter, right? So in the original triangle, BC or Y is 3 centimeter, right? And X, what about X? Substitute the value of Y in any of the equations, right? So in the original equation or equation 1 or 2, so here 45 is equal to x square plus y square, right? 45 is equal to x square plus y square. So x square need to be calculated, y square is 3 square. Therefore, x square is 45 minus 3 square is 9. So which is 36. Therefore, value of x is 6, right? So x value is always positive, right? Measurable quantities are all positive quantities. Therefore, x is 6 centimeter. Here we need AB plus BC, original x and y. So x is 6, y is 3. Therefore, AB plus BC is 6 plus 3, which is 9 centimeter. Option B. Question 60. What is the area of the region between two concentric circles if the chord of the outer circle of length 14 centimeter is tangent of the inner circle? So take pi as 22/7. So we'll consider two concentric circles. So concentric circles are the circles which have same center, right? So which have common center. So we have taken two concentric circles like this, which have same center. And we'll consider a chord of length 14 centimeter, which touches the outer region of inner circle, right? So chord length is 14 centimeter. Let it be AB with the chord of the bigger circle, right? Outer circle. Now, here we need, so what is asked in the question? So the area of the region between two concentric circles. For that, so we'll consider the radius of smaller and the outer circles, right? So let small r be the radius of the inner circle and capital R be the radius of the outer circle. So we'll take this as capital R, right? Let O be the center and the point of contact of tangent be D, right? So let R and capital R be the radii, and required area of the region between two concentric circles. Two concentric circles. What is the area between two concentric circles? So this area which I am showing now, right? So which is nothing but area of the outer circle, which is pi capital R square, minus area of the smaller circle, inner circle, pi small r square, right? Which is pi into R square minus small r square. What is R square minus small r square? For that, we'll consider AOD triangle, right? In triangle AOD, right? AO square, using Pythagoras theorem, AO square is equal to OD square plus AD square. AO is nothing but radius of the outer circle. R square is equal to OD is radius of the inner circle, this one, right? Small r square plus, what is AD? AD is nothing but half of the tangent, right? Because so this AB becomes a tangent to the inner circle, right? And it touches the circle at some point D, right? So this D divides the tangent into two equal parts because these two circles are concentric circles. In this case, so inner tangent or tangent to the inner circle divides the chord into two equal parts. Therefore, AD is 7 centimeter. So it becomes square of 7. Therefore, R square minus small r square is 49. Right? Therefore, the required area is pi is 22/7 into 49. Right? 7 into 7 is 49. 22 into 7 is 154 centimeter square is the region between two concentric circles. Area of the region between two concentric circles. Hence, option D, 154 square centimeter is the answer. Students, if you want to practice such type of questions, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 61. A pendulum swings through an angle of 9 degree and its end describes an arc of length 14.3 centimeter. What is the length of the pendulum? So we'll consider a pendulum in a clock, right? Like this. So it describes an arc of length 14.3. For example, if the initial position of the pendulum is somewhere here, so if it describes, right, a length of 14.3 centimeter. So length of the arc in case in a circle is 14.3 centimeter, right? And it swings through an angle 9 degree. So angle subtended at the center is 9 degree, right? So if you consider clock as a circle, so length of the arc, length of arc formula we are using, it is theta by 360 into the circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r, right? So which is nothing but a portion of the circumference of the circle. Length of the arc is nothing but a part of the circumference, right? Which is whole circumference into theta by 360, because this arc subtends an angle theta at the center, right? Therefore, it is theta by 360 into circumference, right? So length of the arc is given here. So 14.3 centimeter is equal to, right? So the angle subtended at the center is 9 degree by 360 degree. Theta is 9 degree into circumference is 2 pi into r. Right? So we'll take pi as 22 by 7. Here 9 into 40 is 360. So 14.3 is equal to, so 2 into 22 by 7. In the denominator we have 40 into r. R is nothing but the radius of the circle. Here with respect to the clock, here length of the pendulum is nothing but r. This is r, right? Therefore, so here simplify it, 2 into 20 and 2 into 10, 2 into 11. Therefore, we have r is equal to, yes, 14.3 into, so 10 into 7 is 70. So we'll take in the numerator here, the other side by 11. So 11 into 1 is 11, yes, 0.3, 33. So we have 1.3 into 70 as r. So yes, 9, 10, 1 decimal point. 91 centimeter is the radius of the circle or length of a pendulum. Right? With respect to the clock, it is length of the pendulum. With respect to the circle, it is radius. Right? Therefore, it is 91 centimeter, option B. Question 62. The arch of a bridge is in the form of an arc of a circle. If the span of the bridge is 40 meter and height of the middle is 8 meter, then what is the radius of curvature of the bridge? So students will consider, so AB as the bridge, right? Which is in the form of arc of a circle, right? So this portion is bridge, which I am showing now. This is bridge. Right? Span of the bridge is the minimum distance between bridge, right? A to B distance is 40 meter. This is a span of the bridge, right? And height in the middle is 8 meter. So this middle height, so let it be PD or DP. So this is 8 meter. What is the radius of curvature of the bridge? If you consider O as the center of the bridge, right? So OA or OD or OB, these are all radius of curvature of the bridge, right? So we'll join O and A now. All right, OA. So here let it be R, radius of curvature, right? We need to find that radius of curvature. Curvature is R, right? Here OA is equal to, can we say OD? These are all radii, right? OD is equal to OB is equal to R, right? Since OD is 8 meter, right? So, not OD, PD is 8 meter, right? So I can write OD as, right, PD plus OP, right? Sum of these two, right? Therefore, OP can be written as OD minus PD, right? OD is radius of curvature minus PD is already given, right? Height in the middle is 8 meter, right? R minus 8, right? Therefore, this small distance is R minus 8. Why do we need this? To find radius of curvature, because when you take triangle AOP, this triangle, in which we can easily find AO, right? Therefore, in a triangle AOP, right? OA square is equal to OP square plus AP square, right? OP square plus AP square, right? Since PD is the length in the middle, right? So this P is midpoint of AB, right? Therefore, AP distance is half of 40, which is 20 meter, right? So P is midpoint of AB, right? Therefore, here OA square is, yes. So OA is the radius of curvature. I can write it as R, its square is equal to OP is R minus 8 the whole square plus AP. AP is 20 square, right? So R square is equal to R minus 8 whole square is A minus B whole square, right? A square plus B square is 8 square, which is 64, minus 2AB. So 8 into 2, 16R, right? Plus 400. R square and R square will get cancelled. Therefore, 16R is equal to 464. Therefore, R is equal to 464 by 16. So 16 into 2, right? 32. Then 14 is an, yes, 29. So R is 29 meters, right? Radius of curvature R is 29 meter. Option C is the right answer. Question 63. If A, B and C are sides of a right angle triangle, where A greater than B, B greater than C, then what is the value of the expression? Very simple question. So we'll consider a right angle triangle like this. It is given that A, B, C are sides. So A is the greatest side. So in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse will be the greatest side, right? So which is A, and A is greater than B. So we will consider one of the sides which is greater than the third side, right? And B is greater than C. So the an expression is given. So which is equal to, so among four options, which option is correct? So for that, let's directly take the values, right, randomly. That means in a right angle triangle. So we'll take the triplets, right? So you can take 3, 4, 5 is a triplet, right, which satisfies the right angle triangle equation, which is Pythagoras theorem, right? So where A can be taken as 5, B can be taken as 4, and C is equal to 3. Right? So where A greater than B greater than C, and 5 square is equal to 4 square plus 3 square. Right? It satisfies Pythagoras theorem. Therefore, we'll take ABC as 5, 4, 3. Right? The given expression becomes A plus B plus C. So 5 plus 4 plus 3, which is 12, into A plus B minus C. 5 plus 4, 9, minus 3 is 6, into A minus B plus C. A minus B is 5 minus 4, which is 1, plus 3 is 4, into A minus B minus C. So A minus B is 1, minus 3 is minus 2. Right? You will get a negative value, right? So 12 into 6, 72 into 4 is 288 into 2, which is 576 with a negative number, right? Negative sign, minus 576, right? So which of the given options has the value that is minus 576, right? The first option is not the right one, because you will get a positive value, since we have 4b square c square. This is b square c square. So square of a number will be positive. When it is multiplied by 4, it will be obviously positive. So option A is not the answer. Consider option B, right, which is minus 4b square c square. So we'll substitute the values. So minus 4 into b square is 4 square, which is 16, into c square is 3 square, which is 9, right? So we have, so 16 into 9, 144 into 4, right? So we get, so 14 into 4, 56, 560 plus 16, yes, 576 with a negative sign. Therefore, so option B is the right answer, which gives the same value of the given expression, right? Therefore, option B is the right answer. Question 64. the cube root of x varies inversely as the square root of y, and x is equal to 8, y is equal to 3. Then what's the value of x when y is cube root of 3, right? So students, the cube root of x, so we'll take cube root of x varies inversely as, so it is inversely proportional to square root of y, right? So x is equal to 8. So here if cube root of x is inversely proportional to square root of y, then cube root of x is equal to a constant k into 1 by root of y, right? Let us find the value of k now, right? So for value of x, which is 8, so cube root of 8 is equal to a constant k into 1 by y is 3. So it becomes a root of 3, right? The square root of 3. So cube root of 8 is 2 into root 3, right, is equal to k. So value of k is 2 root 3, right? Now what is the value of x when y is cube root of 3, right? Apply the same relation. So cube root of x is equal to k by root of y, right? K value is 2 root 3. 2 root 3 by, here value of y is cube root of 3. So it becomes square root of cube root of 3, right? Is equal to cube root of x, right? So let us remove the square root, right, which is applied to y, right? Now squaring this equation. So this is x raised to 1 by 3. So cube root of x is x raised to 1 by 3. So when it is squared, it becomes raised to the power of 2 is equal to, so 2 root 3 square is 4 into 3 divided by, so when the denominator is squared, you will get cube root of 3. The square root part is removed, right? So we have only cube root of 3. Now we have to remove this cube root in the denominator, right? Now cubing. So this LHS part is nothing but x raised to 2 by 3, right? So raised to 3 is equal to, so 4 into 3 is 12. So its third power, that is 12 into 12 into 12, and the denominator becomes 3, right? Cube root of 3 to the power of 3 becomes 3. Therefore, here x raised to 2 by 3 raised to 3 is x raised to 2 by 3 into 3. 3 and 3 will get cancelled. We have x square is equal to, so 3 into 4 is 12. Therefore, we have x square as 12 into 12, 144 into 4. Right? X square is equal to, so 560 plus 6, 576. So value of x is root 576 is 24. Right? 24 is, yes, value of x. Right? Option C is the right answer. Question 65. 3 solid lead spheres of radius 6 centimeter, 8 centimeter, and 10 centimeter are melted together and recast as a solid sphere. What is the percentage diminution of the surface area as compared to sum of the surface areas of the 3 spheres, right? So we'll consider 3 spheres, right? So which are melted together to form a big sphere, right? So here the question is, so what is the percentage diminution of the surface area? So that means when these 3 spheres are melted to form a big sphere, right? So this big sphere will have some radius, right? Using this radius, we have to find the area of the big sphere, right? So what is the percentage diminution in the surface area compared to sum of the surface area of the given 3 spheres, right? Compared to the sum of the surfaces, surface of the big sphere will be less, area will be less. What is the percentage less in the area of the big sphere? That's what we need to find, right? So therefore, here the required answer is percentage diminution in area of big sphere is equal to So when the sum of the areas of small spheres is so and so, right? So what is the less in area, right? So that means, so sum of areas in the denominator, sum of areas are in the numerator less in area, right? Out of so and so centimeter or meter square less in area, the original area, sum of the areas was so and so, therefore for 100. This is how you need to calculate, right? To find area, we need radius, right? Radius of the big sphere. Small spheres, radii are already given, R1, R2 and R3, right? Using this radius, we need to find the area, right? So let us find radius of the big sphere using radii of small sphere, right? So we'll go one by one, right? The first step is to find the radius, right? So to find radius of big sphere, which is R, right? So we are using the concept of volume here, right? Because three spheres are melted to form a big sphere, right? Therefore, volume of three small spheres is equal to volume of big sphere, right? Volume of big sphere. So what is the formula to find volume of a sphere? It is 4 by 3 pi r cube, right? So since R1, R2 and R3 are three different radii, so 4 by 3 pi into R1 cube plus 4 by 3 pi into R2 cube plus 4 by 3 pi into R3 cube is equal to 4 by 3 pi into the capital R cube, right? So here 4 by 3 pi is common, and we have R1 cube plus R2 cube plus R3 cube. Here R1, R2, R3 are three radii of three spheres, 6, 8 and 10. Therefore, we use 6 cube plus 8 cube plus 10 cube is equal to 4 by 3 pi into capital R cube. Therefore, we can cancel 4 by 3 and 4 by 3. Therefore, R cube is equal to 6 cube. So, what's 6 cube? 216, right? 216 plus, so cube of 8. So, what is cube of 8? So, 64 into 8, right? Therefore, so it is 512 and cube of 10 is 1000. Therefore, we have 1728 as R cube. Therefore, R is 12, right? So 12 centimeter. So 12 cube is 1728. Therefore, yes, radius of big sphere is 12 centimeter, right? So we have to find percentage diminution in the area of a big sphere, right? So let us find the area now. So the second step is to find areas, right? So here, area of small spheres. Area of a sphere is 4 pi r square, right? So here 4 pi into r1 square plus r2 square plus r3 square, right? So r1, r2, r3 are 6, 8 and 10. So 4 pi into, so 6 square plus 8 square plus 10 square. So 4 pi into 6 square is 36, 8 square is 64, 10 square is 100. So 36 plus 64 plus 100 is 200, into 4 is 800, into pi is area of small sphere, right? Centimeter square. Whereas area of big sphere is equal to, again the same formula, 4 pi capital R square, right? So capital R is 12 centimeter. So 4 into pi into 12 square. So 12 square is 144. So into 4 gives 576, right? 576 pi, right? So here, when the total area of small spheres is 800 pi, whereas area of big sphere is 576 pi, right? What is diminution in the area? Diminution in area. So compared to the sum of the areas of small spheres, the area of big sphere is less, though the volumes are same. So there is a difference in their area. That diminution less in area is 800 pi minus 576 pi. This difference is, think 224. Yes, yes, 224 pi is the diminution in the area. There is a difference of 224 square units, right? So therefore, what is the percentage diminution in the surface area, right? So that means percentage diminution means for every 100, right? Percentage diminution means according to the formula, so less in area is, right? Less in area is how much? 224 pi. 224 pi divided by sum of the areas of small spheres, which is 800 pi, right? 800 pi into 100. For every 100, what is the diminution? So pi and pi will get cancelled. 10 into 8 and 8 into 2, 16, 8 into 8. So 28 percentage is the percentage diminution in the area of the big sphere, right? So compared to the sum of the areas of small spheres, three small spheres, right? There is a 28% less in area, right, in big sphere. Hence, option D is the right answer. Question 66. A solid sphere of radius 3 cm is melted to form a hollow cylinder of height 4 cm and external diameter 10 cm. What is the thickness of the cylinder? So students will consider a solid sphere of radius. Radius of the sphere is given, which is 3 cm, right? So which is melted to form a hollow cylinder. Hollow cylinder means, right? So this is normal cylinder. So this is normal cylinder. 1 minute. Yeah. Right. So some portion of the cylinder which is inside the cylinder is empty. Right. So which is called hollow cylinder, like this. Right. So this inside portion is empty. So we have to consider only the shaded part. Right. Which I'm showing now. Right. And inside portion is hollow. This is hollow. Right? That means empty, right? So now height of the cylinder is given, which is 4 centimeter, and external diameter. So from one end to another end, so let R be the external diameter. R is given, which is 10 centimeter. Now what is thickness of the cylinder? So when it comes to thickness of the cylinder is nothing but the shaded part which I have shown here. So which is nothing but the difference in external diameter and internal diameter. R minus small r, right? Where small r is, this is small r, right? Internal diameter. From the center, sorry, internal radius, not diameter, internal radius, right? Thickness of the cylinder means external radius minus internal radius. External diameter is given, right? So external radius becomes only this much, right? External diameter is 10 centimeter. So external radius is 10 by 2, which is 5 centimeter. So 5 centimeter minus internal radius gives, the thickness of the cylinder. So how to find internal diameter, internal radius? We need this value, right? So what is small r? For that, let us go for volume of the solid sphere, because the solid sphere is melted to form a cylinder, right? We'll compare the volumes here, right? So volume of the sphere is equal to volume of the hollow cylinder, right? So volume of sphere is equal to volume of hollow cylinder. Hollow cylinder. So volume of sphere formula is 4 by 3 pi r cube. is equal to, so volume of cylinder is pi r square h. Since it is hollow cylinder, so it is pi into, so external radius square minus square of internal radius into height of the cylinder. This is volume of hollow cylinder, right? Let us substitute the values. Here pi and pi will get cancelled. 4 by 3, r cube is radius of the sphere cube, which is 3 centimeter. Its cube, 3 cube is equal to, so external radius is 5 centimeter, right? So 5 square minus a small r square into height of the cylinder is given, which is 4 centimeter, right? So into 4, so that we can cancel even 4. And 3 cube by 3 is 3 square is equal to 5 square. Yes, 5 r square into h. Yes, 5 square minus r square. Therefore, r square is equal to 5 square minus 3 square. So it is 25 minus 9, 16. Therefore, internal radius is square root of 16, which is 4 centimeter. So internal radius of the cylinder, small r, right? Internal radius is 4 centimeter. So we need thickness of the cylinder, which is capital R minus small r. Capital R is 5 centimeter minus small r is 4 centimeter. Therefore, 1 centimeter is thickness of the hollow cylinder, right? So this portion, right? The shaded portions, right? Thickness is 1 centimeter. So option D is the right answer. Question 67. 3 glasses P, Q and R have capacities in the ratio 1:2:3. If all these glasses are completely filled with mixtures of milk and water, the ratio of milk to water in P is 1:2, in Q it is 2:3, and in R it is 3:1. If the content of all 3 glasses are put into a big container, what will be the ratio of milk to water in the container, right? So students, will consider 3 containers, right, which have the capacity to fill milk and water ratio in, right? So in the ratio 1:2:3. So that means if a first container has the capacity of 1 liter, 1 liter, second container will have the capacity of 2 liters, right? Of mixture, right? So third container is having the capacity of 3 liter, for example, right? So the ratio of milk to water, we'll consider milk to water ratio in each container, right? So milk is to water ratio in container P. In container P, it is 1:2, right? So that means if there is a 300 ml of liquid in first container, in that 100 ml will be milk, 200 ml will be water, right? Whereas in second container Q, milk to water ratio is 2:3. Whereas in third container, the ratio is 3:1, right? We'll consider quantity of milk and water separately in each container. Then we'll mix all that. That means we are adding total quantity of milk and total quantity of water, right? So finally, we are going to find ratio of milk to water in the big container, right? Now, quantity of milk in each container and quantity of water, right? So in first container, right? So out of three, one is the quantity of milk, right? Therefore, out of 1 liter, right? 1 by 3 is the quantity of milk, right? In first container. Whereas in the second container, so since the ratio is 2:3, out of 5, 2 is the quantity of milk, right? That means out of 5 means for 1 liter, right? So in 5 parts, 2 is the quantity of milk. Therefore, out of 2 liters, right? Which is 4 by 5. Whereas in the third container, so 3:1 is the ratio. That means out of 4, 3 is the quantity of milk, right? Therefore, for 3 liters, it is 9 by 4. Right? Now we'll consider quantity of water in each container. quantity of water, right? So in first container P, so out of 3, 2 is the quantity of water because the ratio is milk is to water, right? Therefore, for 1 liter, it is again 2 by 3. Whereas in the second container out of 5, 3 is the quantity of water. Therefore, for 2 liters, it is 6 by 5. Whereas in the third container out of 4, 1 is the quantity of water. Therefore, in 3 liters, it is 3 by 4 is quantity of water. Therefore, we need the total quantity or the ratio of total milk to water, right? So total milk, when these mixtures are poured into a big container, we have total milk is equal to, so 1 by 3 from container P, then 4 by 5 from container Q, and 9 by 4 from container R, right? Now the LCM, so LCM is 60, right? 60, I believe. So 20, 3 into 26, 60, then 15, not 15. So 5 into 12 is 60. So 48. 48, right? Here, yes, 3 into 20. Yes, that's correct. And 4 into 15 is 60. Yes, 36. Therefore, we have 84, 104 by 60. Right? 68, yes. 104 by 60 is the total milk. And total quantity of water in big container. Total water is equal to 2 by 3 plus 6 by 5 plus 3 by 4. Again, LCM is 60. Now 3 into 20 is 60. So 20 into 2, 40. So 5 into 12. So 72 is the LCM, sorry, numerator. And 4 into 15. Hence 3 into 15, 45. So 85 plus 72. So 157 by 60. Right? 157. So let us check with the total quantity of milk here. So 1 by 3 plus 4 by 5 plus 9 by 4. 63 into 20 is 60. Yes. Numerator is 20. And 5 into 12. Yes, 48. And 4 into 15. 4 into 15. So 9 into 15. Yes, 9 into 15. Yes, 135. Therefore, there is a slight change here. 135 plus 20, 155. 195, 203. Yes, 203 is the total quantity of milk. So milk to water ratio, right? Milk to water ratio we need. So in a big container, milk to water ratio is 203 by 60 whole divided by 157 by 60. 60 will get cancelled. Therefore, 203 by 157 or 203 is to 157 is milk to water ratio in the big container, right? So here in each container, so what is the quantity of milk and water? First, we need to find. So total quantity of milk is to total quantity of water, right? Gives the ratio of milk to water in the big container, right? Therefore, option B is the right answer. Question 68. What is the LCM of x raised to 4 plus x square y square plus y raised to 4 and x cube plus y cube and x cube minus y cube, right? So here to find the LCM of these three expressions, so we'll consider the factors of these three expressions, right? So x cube plus y cube we'll consider first, right? X cube plus y cube is nothing but x plus y into x square minus xy plus y square, the standard formula for x cube plus y cube, right? Whereas x cube minus y cube is x minus y into x square plus xy plus y square. Right? These are the factors of x cube minus y cube. Right? We'll take LCM of x cube plus y cube and x cube minus y cube first. Later, we'll take the LCM of the third expression. Right? So, we'll take LCM of, right, x cube plus y cube and x cube minus y cube. That means we have to multiply these two factors, right? So, x plus y into x minus y. So, there are no common factors here, just we are multiplying the factors, right? Into x square minus xy plus y square into x square plus xy plus y square, right? Since x plus y into x minus y is x square minus y square, right? And the product of last two terms, x square minus xy plus y square, and the other term is nothing but, so x raised to 4 plus x square y square, right? Plus y raised to 4, right? So when you take the product of these last two terms, you will get x raised to 4 plus x square y square plus y raised to 4, right? This is LCM of the x cube plus y cube and x cube minus y cube, right? So whereas the first expression, right, x raised to 4 plus x square y square plus y raised to 4, right? So this can be expressed as, so we'll consider the second formula, x cube minus y cube is equal to x minus y into x square plus xy plus y square. So this x raised to 4 can be written as x square the square plus x square y square, right, will be as it is, x square y square plus y raised to 4 can be written as y square the square, which is in the form of x square plus xy plus y square, right, where x is x square here, y is y square here, right? So therefore, just we are rearranging this formula, x cube minus y cube, right? So here, this can be written as, so in place of x, we are writing x square, so cube minus y square, the cube, x cube minus y cube divided by this term, x minus y, where x is x square minus y is y square. Therefore, the first term can be written as, so x raised to 6 minus y raised to 6 by x square minus y square, right? Therefore, right, LCM of last two terms is this one, right? Whereas the first term is this one, right? So where the common is x raised to 4 plus x square y square plus y raised to 4. Therefore, LCM of x raised to 4 plus x square y square plus y raised to 4, which is the first term, and last two terms, right? Last two terms, their LCM is x square minus y square, into x raised to 4 plus x square y square plus y raised to 4. LCM of these two terms we are taking now, right? So these two terms, lowest common multiplier. So common multiplier is this term, right? Which is x raised to 4 plus x square y square plus y raised to 4, right? Into x square minus y square, because both the expression should be divisible by the multiplier here, common multiplier. Therefore, into x square minus y square, right? LCM of these two, whereas first expression, right? So x raised to 4, x square y square plus y raised to 4 is nothing but x to the power of 6, right? Minus y to the power of 6. Is it x minus y to the power of 6? I think here we made a mistake. X to the power of 6 plus y to the power of 6. It should be, right? Yes. x raised to 4 plus, no, minus it, which is correct. Yes, which is correct. Therefore, so yes, x to the power of 6 minus y to the power of 6 by x square y square. So this is x raised to 4 plus x square y square plus y raised to 4 into 1 extra x square minus y square, where we can cancel these two. Therefore, x raised to 6 minus y raised to 6 is LCM of given three expressions. Right? Right? Just we have taken LCM of last two expressions first. Right? So which is LCM of this one, this term. Right? And the first expression is x raised to 4 will be as it is, where the LCM is the product of first expression and x square minus y square. First expression itself is nothing but x raised to 6 minus y raised to 6 by x square y square. So, right? So here x square minus y square will get cancelled. So we have x raised to 6 minus y raised to 6 as the LCM. Right? Option C is the right answer. 69. What is the sum of given two expressions? Right? So students, to solve this, I just rearrange the given expressions like, right? Here we have 2yz and y square z square. So I'll write x square minus of y plus z the whole square. Right? Because we are using the identity a plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Right? So minus of y plus z whole square is minus y square minus z square minus 2yz. Right? So here divided by. So here in the denominator we have 2xy and x square plus y square. Right? Therefore I can write these three terms as x plus y the whole square. And we have one extra z square with negative sign minus z square. Plus in the second term we have minus 2yz and y square z square with negative signs. So in that I'll take out a negative sign and the remaining terms are y square plus z square plus 2yz, which is nothing but y plus z the whole square, divided by, in the denominator I have minus 2xz with x square plus z square, that I'll write it as x minus z the whole square, because a minus b whole square is a square plus b square minus 2a, right? Therefore, here is minus 2xz and x square and z square have positive signs. Therefore, it is x minus z whole square minus y square is extra here, right? So now consider the first term x square minus the second term y plus z the whole square, which is in the form of a square minus b square. Right? The identity is a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. Apply the same formula here. Here a is x, b is y plus z, right? Therefore, it is a plus b into a minus b, x plus y plus z, which is a plus b, into x minus y minus z, a minus b, right? Divided by, in the denominator also we have in terms of a square minus b square, which is a plus b, a is x plus y plus b, which is z, into a minus b, x plus y minus b is z. Right? Consider the second term in which the numerator is in the form of again a square minus b square, which is a plus b, x plus y plus z, into a minus b, x minus y minus z, divided by, denominator is in the form of a square minus b square, a is x minus z plus b is y here, into a minus b, x minus z minus y. Right? Now in the first term we can cancel x plus y plus z and x plus y plus z. In the second term x minus y minus z and x minus z minus y, both are same. We can cancel. Therefore, we have in the denominator part x plus y minus z as common. We'll take it as LCM x plus y minus z, right? Minus z, and numerator becomes, just add the numerators. So x plus x is 2x, minus y plus y will get cancelled, and minus z and z will get cancelled. Therefore, 2x by x plus y minus z is the answer, right? So 2x by x plus y minus z, option C is the right answer. Question 70. If tan A plus cot A is equal to 2, when A lies between 0 and 90 degree, then what is the value of tan square A? This is not tan 2A, tan square A plus tan raised to 3A, tan raised to 4A, tan raised to NA is equal to, right? So students, it is strictly given that A lies between 0 and 90 degree and tan A plus cot A is equal to 2, right? It is possible only when A is equal to 45 degree, right? So tan 45 plus cot 45, right? Tan 45 is 1, cot 45 is also 1, 1 plus 1 becomes 2. It satisfies the given equation when A is equal to 45 degree. Right. Now consider the expression tan square A. So it becomes a tan square 45 degree plus tan cube 45 degree, tan raised to 4 45 degree up to tan raised to n 45 degree. Right. So number of terms in the given sequence is equal to n minus 1 because the first term started with the power 2, not the 1. And the last term has the power n. Therefore, there are n minus 1 terms. Right? What is the sum of these n minus 1 terms? Right? Which is equal to, so each term is equal to 1. Right? Because tan 45 is 1 square. Right? Tan square 45 is 1 square, which is 1. So 1 cube is also 1. And 1 raised to 4 is also 1. And 1 raised to n, up to 1 raised to n. Right? So each term is equal to 1. There are n minus 1 terms. Therefore, their sum is equal to n minus 1. If there are n terms, the sum will be n. If there are 2 terms, 1 plus 1 becomes 2. If there are 10 terms, 1 plus 1 plus 1 up to 10 times, it becomes a 10. Right? So 1 is added n minus 1 times. Right? Therefore, the sum is n minus 1. Right? Because 1 is added n minus 1 times. Therefore, the sum is n minus 1. Option C is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice all the questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 71. Which of the following is or are an identity or identities, right? Whether both the equations are identities or one of the equation is an identity or not, that we have to check, right? So there are two methods to verify whether it or there are two methods to check, not verify, whether it is an identity or not, right? The first method is the theoretical method. Second method is by taking the value of theta. It is given that theta lies between 0 and pi by 2. For any value of theta between 0 and 90 degree, you can directly substitute the value of theta, right, in the equation, so that you can check whether it is an identity or not. That means we have to check whether LHS is equal to RHS or not, right? So we'll consider theta as some value, for example, 45 degree, right? So in this way you can verify. Otherwise, theoretical method. So theoretical method is, so we'll consider the first expression, first equation, sine cube plus cos cube theta by sine theta plus cos theta plus sine theta into cos theta should be equal to 1, right? So in this, sine cube theta plus cos cube theta can be written as sine theta plus cos theta into sine square theta plus cos square theta minus sine theta cos theta. Right? The standard formula, right? For a cube plus b cube. Divided by, denominator is sine theta plus cos theta. Right? Plus, we have one more term here, which is sine theta into cos theta. So in the first term, we can cancel sine theta plus cos theta. Therefore, we have sine square theta plus cos square theta, which is 1, minus sine theta cos theta plus sine theta cos theta will get cancelled. Therefore, the first statement in which LHS is equal to right hand side, which is 1. Right? Therefore, first statement is an identity, which is true. right? Another method is by keeping theta as any value between 0 and 90 degree. So we'll consider 45 degree, right? Sine cube theta becomes a sine cube 45 degree plus cos cube 45 degree divided by sine 45 degree plus cos 45 degree plus the second term is sine 45 into cos 45. Right, substitute the values. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Its cube becomes 1 by 2 root 2. 1 by root 2, the cube becomes 1 by 2 root 2. So cos 45 is also 1 by root 2. Its cube is 1 by 2 root 2. Right, whole divided by sine 45 plus cos 45, 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 plus sine 45 into cos 45. 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2 is 1 by 2. Right, therefore, we have in the numerator part, yes, 2 root 2 is the LCM and the numerator is 2 divided by, so 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, so 2 by root 2 and plus 1 by 2, right? So root 2 and root 2 will get cancelled. Now 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 we have, which is equal to 1. Right? So by substitution method also, by substituting the value of theta also, we'll get the same answer. Therefore, first statement is an identity. First equation is an identity, right? We'll consider the second equation. So 1 minus sine raised to 6 theta. It is not sine 6 theta. So sine raised to 6 theta is equal to cos square theta into cos raised to 4 theta plus 3 sine square theta. In theoretical method, we'll verify it. So here, so I'll write it as 1 cube minus sine square theta the cube. So which is in the form of a cube minus b cube, right? So I'll verify it, right? So we'll consider this. Later we can consider the right hand side part. A cube minus b cube is a plus b, which is 1 plus the sine square theta into a square plus b square minus ab. So which is 1 plus b square is sine raised to 4 theta minus ab is sine sine square theta into 1, right? Minus ab minus sine square theta. Right? So we'll consider the right hand side part. Cos square theta into cos raised to 4 theta plus 3 sine square theta. Whether this gives the same answer, right, or not, we have to check. Cos square theta is, since sine square theta plus cos square theta is, so here I made a mistake. A cube minus b cube is a minus b, 1 minus sine square theta. And here it should be plus, right? So just interchange the signs here. So cos square theta is 1 minus sine square theta. Whereas cos raised to 4 theta can be written as cos square theta the square. Since cos square theta is 1 minus sine square theta, its square is cos raised to 4 theta plus 3 sine square theta. Right? Therefore, so we'll keep 1 minus sine square theta as it is. And the next term becomes in the form of a minus b whole square. That is 1 minus sine square theta the whole square is a square plus b square. So which is sine raised to 4 theta minus 2ab, 2 sine square theta 2ab plus the last term is 3 sine square theta. Right? Therefore, 1 minus sine square theta into, so 1 plus sine raised to 4 theta. So minus 2 sine square theta plus 3 sine square theta is plus sine square theta. Therefore, so compare the left hand side and right hand side. So 1 minus sine raised to 6 theta is equal to this part, 1 minus sine square theta plus 1 plus sine raised to 4 theta plus sine square theta, which is same as the RHS value, right? Which is cos square theta into cos raised to 4 theta plus 3 sine square theta. Therefore, both the equations are identities. Right? Select the correct answer using the code given below. Both 1 and 2 are identities. Option C is the right answer. So you can substitute the value of theta also. Right? If you want, you can substitute the value of theta as 45 degree. Any value between 0 and 90 degree you can substitute and you will get the same answer. Right? So value for LHS is equal to RHS. Right? Option C is the right answer. Question 72. If 7 into sine raised to 4 theta, this is not sine 4 theta, sine raised to 4 theta, plus 9 into cos raised to 4 theta, plus 42 into sine square theta, right, is equal to 16, where theta lies between 0 and 90 degree, then what is tan theta is equal to? So to find tan theta, we need value of theta. What is theta, right? So for that, we'll consider the given equation. So 7 into sine raised to 4 theta plus 9 into cos raised to 4 theta can be written as 1 minus sine square theta the whole square, right? Since cos square theta is 1 minus sine square theta, cos raised to 4 is its square. Cos square, the square is cos raised to 4. Since cos square is 1 minus sine square, right? Plus 42 sine square theta is equal to 16, right? We'll expand this 7 sine raised to 4 theta plus, so 9 into, so a minus b whole square, right? So we are using the formula a minus b whole square, which is a square plus b square minus 2ab, right? Therefore 1 plus b square is sine square the square, which is sine raised to 4 theta minus 2 sine square theta plus 42 sine square theta is equal to 16, right? So 7 sine raised to 4 theta plus 9 into the second term. So which is 9 plus 9 sine raised to 4 theta plus 9 into minus 2 sine square theta, which is minus 18 sine square theta plus 42 sine square theta is equal to 16. We'll simplify it. We have two terms in terms of sine raised to 4 theta, right? So 7 sine raised to 4 theta, right? Minus, is it minus? No, plus 9 sine raised to 4 theta, which is 16 sine raised to 4 theta, right? So plus, so 18 minus 18 plus 42. So we have 26, 36, 44, then 24, right? So plus 24 sine square theta. Am I right? Yes, 24, 34, yeah, 42. Plus 24 sine square theta, right? Right, plus 9 minus 6 gives minus 7 is equal to 0, right? Now, I'll take sine square theta as x, right? So the equation becomes 16x squared plus 24x minus 7 is equal to 0, right? So are we right here? Yes, 1 plus sine raised to 4 theta minus 2 sine square theta, which is right. 9 plus 9, yes, which is also right, right? So 7 plus 9, yes, 16, and we have 18, yes, right? These steps are correct, right? Now, let us find the value of x. So we have got a quadratic equation, right? So how to find the value of x? By splitting the middle term or using the formula, right? 16x square. So the product is 16 into minus 7, right? So 112, and the sum should be 24, right? So it is better to use the formula x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, right? Therefore, x becomes b is 24 minus 24 plus or minus root of, right, b square. 24 square is, since 20 square is 400, 24 square, right, which is 576. 576 minus 4 times AC. So minus of, minus becomes plus here. A is 16, C is minus 7, right? So here AC into 4 minus 4 AC. So 4 into 16 into 7. 448 we have, divided by 2 times A. 2 into 16. which is 32. Therefore, value of x is, so minus b, yes, 448 plus 576, 1024, minus 24 plus or minus root of 1024. 1024 by 32. Right? So square root of 1024 is 32, right? Minus 24 plus or minus 32 by 32. Right? So x is this much. So x value is minus 24, right? Minus 32 by 32, or x is equal to minus 24 plus 32 by 32. Right? So we cannot have x as negative, because according to our assumption, x was sine square theta. So square of a function cannot be a negative number. So we cannot take, right? Therefore, x is equal to sine square theta is equal to, so minus 24 plus 32 by 32. Right? Then what's the value here? So minus 24 plus 32 is 8 by 32. Therefore, 1 by 4 is sine square theta, right? We need value of theta now. Therefore, sine theta is, so square root of 1 by 4, which is 1 by 2. Sine theta is 1 by 2. Therefore, here theta lies in first quadrant, 0 to 90, right? So, theta lies in first quadrant. First quadrant. Therefore, so what is the value of theta? So sine theta is 1 by 2. That means theta is 30 degree. Right? Because sine 30 is 1 by 2. Right? Therefore, theta value is 30 degree. We need tan 30. Right? Therefore, what is tan 30? Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Right? 1 by root 3 is the answer. Option D is the right answer. Question 73. An isosceles triangle has its base length 2a and its height h. On each side of the triangle, a square is drawn external to the triangle. What is the area of the figure thus formed? So students, so we'll consider an isosceles triangle. That means whose two sides are equal, right? Two sides are equal. So we'll consider like this, right? So isosceles triangle. So two sides are equal. And its base length is 2a. So this length is 2a, base length, right? And its height is h. We'll consider its height like this. Height is h. So on each side of the triangle, a square is drawn, right? So we'll draw a square like this. On each side of the triangle, a square is drawn. And on the other side, so let us draw a square like this. Right? So on the remaining side also, we'll draw a square. What is the area of the figure thus formed? They're asking, right? So that means the total area, right? So total area is equal to, so if A1 is area of the triangle, A2 is area of the one of the squares, A3 is another area, A4, right? Sum of A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 gives the total area, right? That we are going to find. Area of A1 is, so since A1 area is area of a triangle, right? Which is half into base into height, right? Base is 2a into height is h, which is already given, right? So just I'll mention area of a triangle here. Area of triangle, so which is half into base into height, whereas area of square is, so side into side, right? Which is a into a, if you take, or side into side, side into side, right? So what is side of a2 square? Right? So we have to use Pythagoras theorem here, right? To find this side, right? Side of a2 square. So which is square root of sum of the squares of remaining two sides. So h square plus, so this side is only a, right? So because, so base length is 2a, right? If you call this as BC, base length, BC is 2a, therefore it's half. Since we have height and isosceles triangle, so from the vertex, the line, it cuts the base. Therefore, that means this part in the right angle triangle, if you call it as point P, PC is equal to A. Right? Therefore, root of h square plus a square gives the hypotenuse, which is nothing but side of the square, right? Side of the square A2. Therefore, area of A2, total area A2 is side into side. So root of h square plus a square into root of h square plus a square. This gives the total area of the first square, right? Since the given triangle is an isosceles triangle, other side also becomes root of h square plus a square. Two sides are equal. Therefore, the area becomes the same, root of h square plus a square into root of h square plus a square. Right? Two areas are equal. And the last area, A4, is side into side. So its side is 2a. So base length is 2a. So all the sides are equal to a into 2a. Right? Therefore, simplify it. So area of the triangle in which 2 and 2 will get cancelled. We have a into h. And in area of the square, so root of h square plus a square into the same number. So h square plus a square. Right? And area of other square also will be same, h square plus a square. And the area of last square A4 becomes, so 2a into 2a, which is 4a square. Right? Therefore, we have AH plus 2 times h square plus a square plus 4a square. So which is AH plus 2h square plus 2a square plus 4a square is 6a square. Right? This is the total area of the figure thus formed. Right? So AH plus 2h square plus 6a square. Yes. So look at option B. Yes. 6a square plus 2h square. This is 2h square plus ah. Option B is the total area of the figure thus formed. Right? Question 74. If P is equal to A square by B minus A into C minus A, Q is equal to B square by C minus B into A minus B, and R is equal to C square by A minus A into B minus C. So what is the value of P plus Q plus R the whole square equal to? So here students, the simplest method is by considering the values of A, B and C. Right? So you can take A as 1, B as 2, C as 3. Right? And substitute these values. So you will get the answer. Right? P plus Q plus R square will be equal to 1 finally. Right? This is the simplest method. Since the condition is not strictly given, whether A is equal, A, B, C are positive integers, negative integers, how they are related, that condition is not given. We'll go for theoretical method. Right? Theoretical method. We are not substituting the values blindly here. So we'll take, so P, Q are separately. Since P is given, so I'll take P is equal to A square by, so I'll express the denominator in terms of A minus B, right? So I'll take a negative sign outside. B minus A with negative sign becomes minus of A minus B, and C minus A will be as it is, right? So C minus A will be as it is. Whereas Q is equal, this is P, whereas Q is equal to B square by, right? So C minus B. So I'll make it as B minus C into A minus B will be as it is, right? Whereas R is equal to C square by A minus C. So I'll write it as C minus A into B minus C, right? So each value has a negative sign here. right? Minus a square minus b square and minus c square, right? So why to make the denominators like this? So in terms of a minus b, c minus a and b minus c, right? Because so while taking the LCM, it will be easy for us, right? So we'll consider p plus q plus r. P is minus a square. So I'm taking this minus to the numerator part, a square by a minus b into c minus a plus q. So it becomes minus b square. Q is minus b square by b minus c into a minus b minus r. So c square by c minus a into b minus c. Right? C minus a into b minus c. Now we'll take the LCM. Right? So what is LCM? LCM is a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. Right? So a minus b into b minus c into c minus a is the LCM. We have a minus b and c minus a in the denominator of the first term. So minus a squared into b minus c we have minus b square. In the second term we have b minus c and a minus b. So into c minus a. Right? So this is short with c minus a. Therefore multiply by c minus a minus c square into a minus b. Right? Now this will be equal to, so expand the terms. So minus a square b minus a square c. Right? Expand the first term. Expand the second term. Minus b square c. So minus of minus becomes plus b square a. Third term, expand it, minus c square a plus c square b. And the denominator becomes, yes, a minus b into b minus c. Will expand that. ab minus ac minus b square plus bc into c minus a, the last term. Right? So just take the numerator as it is, minus a square b minus a square c minus b square c plus b square a minus c square a plus c square b will be as it is, divided by, so expand the denominator term, so which is c into the first term abc, right? C into minus ac, that is minus ac square, c into minus b square is minus b square c, c into bc, so plus bc square. So minus a into ab is minus a square b. Next minus of minus becomes plus a square c. Then minus a into minus b square plus ab square. So minus a into bc is minus abc. Right? So a bit lengthy process. Here plus ABC minus ABC will get cancelled. So in the numerator we have minus a square b minus a square c minus b square c plus b square a minus c square a plus c square b. Whereas in the numerator, do we have a square b? Yes, with negative sign, we'll write as it is minus a square b minus a square c. Yes, we have with positive sign. So here students, yes, a square c with positive sign, a square c, yes, minus of minus, which is true. Yes, yes, which is correct. Now, third term is b squared c. In the denominator, we have minus b squared c, b square a, yes, plus b square a we have here, plus b square a, and minus c square a, yes, we have minus c square a, c square b we have, yes, plus c square b. There is a small correction here. So a square c should be with negative sign. right? So check the numerator part. So here, yes, here we made a mistake. Minus of minus becomes plus. Minus of minus a squared c. This should be plus a squared c. Yes, a squared c. Therefore, all the terms are equal here. Therefore, we have 1. Same term divided by the same term is 1. So, which is p plus q plus r. Right? P plus q plus r. So, they are asking to find p plus q plus r square. So, which is also 1. Since p plus q plus r is 1, so its square is also 1. Option C is the right answer. So, a bit lengthy process, this one. So, if you want to take the values of A, B, C, you can take and you can verify the answer, right? So, you will get the same answer, right? Option C is the right answer. Question 75. Which one of the following is a factor of a square minus b square minus c square plus 2bc plus a plus b minus c? So to find the factor, we have to factorize the given expression, right? So I'll consider a square as it is, right? So I'll take out negative sign in from b square c square, right? So we have b square plus c square, right? I'll include 2bc also so that 2bc gets a negative sign, right? So minus 2bc, right? When you expand, you will get the same, right? Minus b square minus c square plus 2bc, right? So plus a plus b plus c, right? Therefore, a square minus, so here b square plus c square minus 2bc is nothing but b plus c the whole square. Sorry, b minus c the whole square. Sorry, b minus c the whole square, right? So plus a plus b minus c. So a plus b minus c, right? So take first two terms which are in the form of a square minus b square. So which is a plus b into a minus b, right? So apply the same formula. Here a is a itself, b is b minus c, right? So a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So a plus b is b minus c into a minus b. So a minus b minus c, minus of minus becomes plus c. Plus the last term is a plus b minus c, right? We have common term which is a plus b minus c. We'll take out that. So a plus b minus c is common and the remaining term will be into a minus b plus c plus 1. Since a plus b minus 1 is taken out, we have 1 here, right, in the last term. Therefore, the factors of the given expression are these two, right? The question is, which one of the following is a factor of the given expression? So look at the options. So do we have a plus b minus c? So we have the option with 4 terms. One is constant there. So look for a minus b plus c plus 1, a minus b plus c plus 1. Look at option D. So we have a minus b plus c plus 1. Yes, option D is the right answer. Question 76. Let alpha and beta be the roots of the given equation where a is not equal to 0, b is also not equal to 0, x is not equal to 0. So the question is, which one of the following is a quadratic equation whose roots are alpha square and beta square? Right? So to the given equation, let us find the roots first. So what is the value of alpha and beta, right? Let us simplify it. So I'll take 1 by x plus a plus b. We have to express the given equation in terms of a quadratic equation, right? General form of a quadratic equation. So here the left hand side part, I'll take 1 by x to the left hand side. It becomes minus 1 by x is equal to 1 by a plus 1 by b. Right? Here in the left hand side, I'll take the LCM, which is x into x plus a plus b. And the numerator becomes x minus x plus a plus b. Right? And the right hand side in which AB is the LCM and the numerator becomes b plus a or a plus b. Both are same. Right? So we'll simplify it, the left hand side. So x minus x becomes 0. So we have minus of a plus b in the numerator and the denominator becomes x square plus ax plus bx. And in the right hand side, we have a plus b by ab. So that we can cancel a plus b and a plus b on both sides. So we have just rearrange things. So minus ab is equal to x square plus ax plus bx. Right? So I'll consider x square plus ax plus bx. Take this ab minus ab to the other side, it becomes plus ab. So it will be equal to 0. Right? So now I'll consider x square plus ax, in which x is common. We have x plus a, right? So bx plus ab, in which b is common, into x plus a is equal to 0. Therefore, x plus a is equal to 0 and x plus b is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to minus a, x is equal to minus b. These are roots of the given equation. It is given that alpha and beta are the roots of the equation. Therefore, we can say alpha is equal to minus a, beta is equal to minus b. These two are roots of the equation. When minus a and minus b are the roots of the equation becomes a quadratic equation becomes a quadratic equation becomes a general formula says x square, right? So plus sum of the roots into x. So sum of the two roots are negative values. Therefore, their sum is also a negative value. It becomes minus of a plus b into x. So plus product of the roots. So minus a into minus b is plus ab is equal to 0. Quadratic equation becomes x square minus of a plus b into x plus ab is equal to 0 when alpha and beta are roots. Right? When minus a and minus b are roots. It is given that the equation whose roots are alpha square and beta square. Right? Therefore, the equation when alpha square and beta square are roots. Right? So just we have to replace a and b by a square and b square, because alpha square is a square, beta square is b square, right? But there will not be any change in the negative sign, right? So just we are changing a and b by a square and b square. Therefore, equation becomes x square. So minus a square plus b square into x plus a square b square is equal to 0, because alpha square and beta square are a square and b square. Right? Just replace these roots. Right? A in place of a and b, we are replacing a square and b square. Right? Only that difference. Since a and b have both the values have negative signs, therefore x square minus sum is also negative 1, right? Therefore, the quadratic equation will be like this. Look at the options. Option B is the right answer. X square minus a square minus of a square plus b square into x plus a square b square. Question 77. So if x is equal to, right, 6 by 7 minus 6 by 7 minus 6 by 7 minus 6 by 7 minus x, where x greater than 1, right? Then what is the value of x square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to? Very simple question. So here the condition is x should be greater than 1. You can put any value, right, which is greater than 1. So I'll put x is equal to 6, right? So the given equation becomes x is equal to 6 divided by the last value becomes a 6. 7 minus 6 becomes a 1, right? So last before one value becomes a 7 minus 6, which is 1. And before that it becomes 7 minus 6. Before that it becomes 7 minus 6. Therefore, we have x is equal to 6 by 1 at last, which is equal to 6. Right? So x is equal to 6. Then what's the value of? So x square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to. So x is 6. It becomes 6 square minus 3 into 6 plus 2. So 36 minus 18 plus 2. So 36 minus 16, which is 20. Right? Therefore, so 20 is the answer. Option D. Question 78. A train completely overtakes two persons walking in the same direction with speeds 3 km per hour and 4 km per hour in 9 seconds and 75 by 8 seconds respectively. What is the length of the train? Right? To find length of the train in this particular scenario, so we are using relative speed concept. What is relative speed? Let me explain that. Right? So here, so in this particular case, a train is moving with some speed, right? So let x kilometer per hour be speed of the train, right? So train has to pass two persons here, right? Two persons are moving with two different speeds, 3 kilometer per hour and 4 kilometer per hour speeds, right? And train is passing these two persons in 9 seconds and 75 by 8 seconds respectively. Right. So just imagine train is passing the first person. Right. Right. So here two bodies are moving in same direction with two different speeds. Then difference in their speed is called relative speed. Right. Relative speed is difference in the speed. Difference in the speed of two bodies when two bodies are moving in the same direction. Right. So when both are moving in the opposite direction, then sum of their speed is called relative speed. Right. So same direction, since it is same direction, relative speed is difference in their speed. So x minus 3 km per hour is relative speed. Right. With respect to the second person, relative speed becomes speed of the train minus speed of the second person, which is x minus 4. Right. Why do we need relative speed? To find length of the train. So why? Because just imagine train is somewhere here, right? Which very nearer to the person, first person. It has to pass that person. So while passing that person, train has to cover its own length, right? So when it comes to the second person, right? When it comes to the second person, train has to pass its own length, right? Compared to length of the person, length of the train is more, right? Length of the person is very negligible, right? Therefore, we are taking length of the train as a distance covered by it when it passes that person, right? Therefore, length of the train, right? Length of the train, to find it, length of train is equal to length to pass the persons, to pass the person, any person, it may first person or second person, right? So while covering the first person, length covered by it is equal to length covered by it while covering the second person, right? Therefore, so we'll consider distance or length covered by train, to pass first person is equal to length covered by train. Length covered by train means its own length, right? Train has to cover its own length. Length covered by it to pass second person. Both the lengths are same, right? So pass second person. So length of the train is constant, right? So what is the distance or length covered by train to pass the first person? So based on the concept of speed, since speed is distance by time, distance is speed into time. So here it is relative speed into time is equal to relative speed of the train with respect to second person here, respect second person, into time taken by the train to pass the second person, right? So relative speed with respect to first person is, so here difference in the speed, so x minus 3 km per hour, x minus 3 km per hour is the relative speed, into time taken is 9 seconds. So in terms of hour, it is so 9 by 3600 hour. Am I right? 9 second is, yes, 60 into 60. So 9 by 3600 hour, which is equal to So relative speed of the train with respect to second person is, so difference in the speed. So speed of train minus speed of the second person, x minus 4 into time taken by the train to pass the second person is 75 by 8 divided by 3600, right? 3600. Here we can cancel, just we are converting the units here. Therefore, 3600 and 3600 will get cancelled. Therefore, we have 9x minus 27 is equal to, so here 75 by 8 into x minus 4 into 75 by 8 is 75 by 2, right? So just rearrange the terms. Minus 27 plus 75 by 2 is equal to 75 x by 8 x by 8 minus 9x. Right? So 27 into 2 is 54 plus 75. So 64, 74. So we have 21 by 2 is equal to, since 8 is the LCM, so 75x minus 72x. Therefore, we have 3x is equal to 21 into 8 by 2. Right? 2 into 4. And value of x is equal to 21 into 4 by 3. 3 into 7. So x is equal to 28. Right? Value of x is 28. Here question is to find length of the train. Right? Length of the train. In any case, first case or second case we can take. So length of the train in first case is x minus 3 into 9 by 3600. Right? Therefore, length of the train is equal to, so x minus x is 28 minus 3, right, into 9 by 3600. So kilometer per hour into r. So in terms of kilometer, so here the options are in terms of meter, we can convert it later, right? So here 28 minus 3 is 25 into 9 is 225 by 3600. Kilometer is length of the train in terms of meter. So just multiply by 1000, right? 225 into 1000 by 3600, right? Therefore, we have 2250 by 36. 2250 by 36. Simplify it, you will get the answer, right? So 2250 by 36, 62.5 you will get. So length of the train is 62.5 meters, right? Meters. Therefore, option B is the right answer, right? Option B is the length of the train. Question 79. A person bought an article and sold it at a profit of 20%. Had he bought it at 20% less, what would have been the profit percentage if the selling price had been the same, right? So students, a person bought an article, right? Let us assume cost price of the article, cost price be X rupees, right? X rupees. And he sells it for some rupees so that he gains a 20% profit, right? So profit percentage is 20%, right? So what is the selling price then, right? Depending on the selling price, we have to go further, right? So selling price is how much, right? So for that, we are using the formula of profit percentage, which is the selling price minus cost price over the cost price into 100. Right? Here profit percentage is 20 is equal to selling price we need to find minus cost price is X rupees over the cost price into 100. Right? Therefore, 20x by 100 plus X gives the selling price here. Right? Therefore, so selling price becomes 120x by 100. That is 1.2x rupees will be the selling price, right? Here cost price is x rupees, selling price is 1.2x rupees, right? Therefore, he gains a profit of 20%, right? So if selling price is the same, right? So in the second case, he sells the item for the same amount, that is 1.2x rupees, the same, right? So if he bought it at 20% less price, instead of x rupees, he bought it for 20% less. That means cost price is original cost price minus 20% of x, 20% less. That is 80% of x, which is nothing but 0.8x rupees. If he bought the same item for 0.8x rupees instead of x rupees, if he had bought it for 0.8x rupees, right, and he will be selling it for the same price, 1.2x rupees, what will be the profit percentage? Right, if cost price is less, he will get more profit. What is that profit percentage? Again, we are using the same formula. Profit percentage is equal to this formula, selling price, so which is same 1.2x minus cost price is different 0.8x over the cost price, which is 0.8x. So we are using the same formula here into 100. Therefore, 1.2x minus 0.8x is 0.4x over the cost price, which is 0.8x into 100. X and x will get cancelled. So 0.4 by 0.8 is 1 by 2 into 100 is 50% is the profit, right? So he gets 50% profit, right? So if he had bought it at 20% less price, so he will gain 50% profit. Option C is the right answer. Question number 80. 2s is equal to a plus b plus c. What is s square plus s minus a into s minus b plus s minus b into s minus c plus s minus c into s minus a is equal to? So we'll consider the given expression s square plus expand s minus a into s minus b. So you'll have s square minus bs minus as plus ab, right? So expand the second term s minus b into s minus c. We have s square minus cs minus bs plus bc. Expand the third term, which is s minus c into s minus a, which is s square minus as minus ces plus ac. Right? So now we'll club all s squares. S square plus s square plus s square plus s square. We have 4s square. Right? So minus bs minus bs, we have minus 2bs now. Minus as minus as. So we have minus 2as, right? Minus cs minus cs minus 2cs, right? Now we have ab plus bc plus ac, right? Plus ab plus bc plus AC, right? So here 4s can be written as 2s the whole square, right? So minus, so 2s is common, minus 2s is common in these three terms. We have a plus b plus c, right? Plus ab plus bc plus ac. Since 2s is a plus b plus c, which is already given, a plus b plus c the whole square, minus again 2s is a plus b plus c into a plus b plus c, a plus c plus ab plus bc plus ac. So that we can cancel a plus b plus c whole square minus a plus b plus c whole square, right? Therefore, we have left with ab plus bc plus ac or ca, right? So option B is the right answer. Question 81. A sphere of radius 5 cm is dropped in a right circular cylindrical vessel partly filled with water. The radius of the cylindrical vessel is 10 cm. If the sphere is completely submerged in water, by how much will the level of water rise in the cylindrical vessel? So let us consider a sphere of radius 5 cm, right? 5 cm is the radius of the sphere. When it is submerged, submerged in water. Here the container is in cylindrical shape, right? So when it is submerged completely in water, so initially the water was filled partially in the container. So when this this sphere is completely submerged in water, there will be rise in the water level. There will be rise in the water level, right? So what is the rise in the water level? To what height the water rises in the cylindrical vessel, right? That's what the question is here. So when you take volume of the sphere, right, when the same sphere is submerged in the vessel, right, so the volume of the sphere is equal to volume of water or new volume of water, right, in the vessel. Vessel, right, when the sphere is submerged in the water, right, so the same volume of water will be raised to some height, right? Therefore, we can say volume of the sphere is equal to volume of the sphere is equal to, so volume of or new volume of water raised to new height or new level, right? So the formula says volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. And volume of a cylinder, right? Because water is raised in the cylindrical shape, because which is inside the cylindrical vessel. Therefore, so volume of water raised to new level is, so volume of the cylinder, the formula says 4 pi r square h. Sorry, not 4, it is only pi r square h, right? Volume of the water which is inside the cylindrical vessel is pi r square h, right? Therefore, here the radius of the sphere is given, right? 4 by 3 pi into, so 5 centimeter is radius of the sphere, so it is 5 cube, right? Is equal to pi into, so radius of the cylindrical vessel, is it given? Radius of the cylindrical vessel is 10 centimeter. Therefore, it is 10 square into height to which the water is raised, right? Here we can cancel pi and pi. So 4 into 5 cube is, so 25 into 5 is 125 by 3, right? So into 100 is equal to h. Therefore, simplify it. So 4 into 25 is 100, 25 into 5 is 125. Therefore, so height to which water level is raised is 5 by 3 centimeter. The unit is centimeter. So when the spherical, right, the sphere is submerged in the water is raised to a height of 5 by 3 centimeter. Option A is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice all the questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 82. Consider the following statements. So which of the statements given above is or are correct? So we'll consider the first one. The angle in a sector greater than a semicircle is always a right angle. For that, so we'll consider a circle, right? So angle in a sector greater than a semicircle. Semicircle is this one, right? So when you draw a diagonal, right, not a diagonal, diameter, when you draw a diameter D, right, these two parts are the semicircles, right? So angle in a sector greater than a semicircle means, so we'll consider an angle, right? Angle in a sector greater than a semicircle means angle in major sector. Major sector. This is major sector. So when you take the origin O, center O, this is minor sector. This is minor, this is major sector. Right. So we'll consider any angle in a major sector, right? So any angle you can consider. So angle in a sector greater than a semicircle. This major sector is this part, right, which I am showing. This is major sector, right? So which is greater than a semicircle. So it is less than right angle. So angle in the major sector is less than a right angle, which is true, right? Which is true. Because so angle in a major sector is always an acute angle, right? We'll mention it. Angle in a major sector is always an acute angle which is less than 90 degree, an acute angle. So it is less than right angle, a true statement. So we'll consider the second statement. If two sides of a pair of opposite sides of a cyclic quadrilateral are equal, then its diagonals are also equal. So we'll consider a cyclic quadrilateral. So that means a quadrilateral, so inscribed in a circle, right? That means whose vertices are touching the circumference of the circle, right? It is given that two sides of pair of opposite sides. We'll consider one pair of opposite sides, AB and CD, right? It is given that AB is equal to CD and AC is equal to BD. AB is equal to CD, AC is equal to BD, right? Right? Then its diagonals are equal. So if AB is equal to CD, AC is equal to BD, we have got a rectangle, right? So in such a case, BC, you may get a parallelogram also, right? So then the diagonals are equal, right? So which is true, right? So AD is equal to BC, which is true. Right? So it is given that it should be a cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore, we have got a rectangle here. A rectangle here whose diagonals are also equal. Right? Therefore, second statement is also true. So the question is which of the statement given above are correct? Both 1 and 2 statements are correct. Right? Option C. Question 83. A, B, C, X, Y, Z are real numbers such that A plus B plus C whole square minus 3 times AB plus BC plus CA plus 3 times X square plus Y square plus Z square is equal to 0. Then which one of the following is correct? That means among 4 options, which option satisfies the given equation, right? It should satisfy the equation that we have to check, right? Consider option A, right? So where A, B, C are equal and X, Y, Z are equal, not equal to 0. X, Y, Z are not equal to 0. Then the given equation becomes A plus B plus C whole square. So we'll consider B and C as A. Since A, B, C are equal according to option A, so it becomes a 3A the whole square. Right, option A becomes 3A the whole square plus 3 times AB becomes A into A, which is A square plus A square plus A square, which is 3A square. Right? So it is not plus, it is minus. So minus 3 into 3A square plus, since X is equal to Y is equal to Z, we'll take X square plus Y square as X square itself. So we have 3X square. Right, which is equal to, so 3A square is 9A square minus 9A square 0 plus 3 into 3X square is 9X square, which is not equal to 0. So option A doesn't satisfy the given equation, right? So it satisfies the equation means the when you substitute the values, so you have to get the RHS which is 0. Right? Let us consider option B, right? So according to option B, A, B, C are equal and equal to 0. Therefore, equation first part becomes 0 square and minus 3 into second part also becomes 0. Right? X, Y, Z are equal and equal to 1. Therefore, last part becomes 3 into X square is 1, Y square is also 1, Z square is also 1. You will get 3 into 3, which is 9, which is not equal to 0. Therefore, option B doesn't satisfy the equation. We'll consider option C, in which A, B, C are equal. So the equation becomes A plus B plus C, which is 3A the whole square minus 3 into AB plus BC plus CA also becomes 3A square, right? Plus here X, Y, Z are equal and equal to 0. Therefore, 3 into 0 becomes 0. Therefore, we have 3a square is 9a square. Whole square is 9a square minus 9a square, which is equal to 0. Hence, option C satisfies the given equation. Option C is the right answer. Question 84. In a triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree and P is length of the perpendicular from B to AC and BC is 10 centimeter, AC is 12 centimeter. Then what is the value of P? So here we'll consider a triangle ABC, students. So triangle ABC in which angle B is 90 degree, right? So angle B is 90 degree. This is A, this is C. We'll join A and C. Right? P is length of the perpendicular from B to AC. So let us draw a perpendicular from B to AC. This is the perpendicular. So P is length of the perpendicular, right? BC is 10 centimeter, AC is 12 centimeter. Then what is the value of P? Right? So in a right angle triangle, students, the product of hypotenuse and the perpendicular drawn to the hypotenuse from the opposite vertex, product of hypotenuse and perpendicular drawn to hypotenuse, their product is always the product of the other two sides, AB, right, and BC, the product of these two, right? Hypotenuse is 12 centimeter and the perpendicular drawn to hypotenuse is P is equal to AB we need to find. So from Pythagoras theorem we can find AB, right, into BC is already given, which is 10 centimeter. So what is AB here? So which is root of 12 square minus 10 square from Pythagoras theorem, right? So which is 12 square is 144 minus 10 square is 100, which is root 44. So which is 4 into 11, root of 4 into 11, since root of 4 is 2, so 2 root 11 is AB, right? AB is 2 root of 11 centimeter. So we'll substitute the values. AB is 2 root 11 into 10. Therefore, we need value of P, right? 2 root 11 by 12 into 10, right? So 2 into 6, then 2 into 5, 2 into 3. Therefore, it is 5 into root 11 by 3 is length of the perpendicular drawn to the hypotenuse, centimeter, right? So 5 root 11 by 3, option A is the right answer. Question 85. The mean of P, Q, R, S and T is 280. The mean of P, R and T is 240. What is the mean of Q and S? So mean of 5 numbers is, so P plus Q plus R plus S plus T divided by, so how many numbers we are considering? 5, right? Is equal to 280, right? So we all know that mean is equal to sum of all values by number of values, right? Sum of all values by number of values. Therefore, so mean of PQRST is P plus Q plus R plus S plus T by 5. There are 5 values is equal to 280. Therefore, here P plus Q plus R plus S plus T is equal to 280 into 5. Right, in which mean of P, R and T is given, right? Simultaneously, we'll consider mean of P, R, T, that is P plus R plus T by 3 values, right, is equal to 240. Therefore, sum of P plus R plus T is 240 into 3, which is 720. Right? P plus R plus T is 720. So in the mean of P plus R plus Q, Q plus R plus S plus T, in which we'll take P, R and T, their sum, we'll take it as 720 and the remaining values are Q and S, is equal to 280 into 5 is, so 200 into 5,000, 1,400, right? Here we need mean of Q and S, that is Q plus S by 2. Mean of Q and S is Q plus S by 2 is how much? For that we need Q plus S is 1,400 minus 720. Right? So which is 680. right? If Q plus S is 680, what is Q plus S by 2? So which is 680 by 2 is equal to 340 is mean of Q and S. Option D is the right answer. Students, questions from 86 to 90 are based on the below information. So A, B, C, D, E, F and G are cousins. D is thrice as old as A, right? So students, for the better understanding of this, we'll make a table, right? We'll consider all 7 persons here, A to G, right? So persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? C, D, E, F and G, 7 persons and their age and weight, right? Age and weight we'll consider, right? So it is given that D is thrice as old as A, right? So D's age is 3 times A's age, right? So C is as many years younger to B as G to E and E to D, right? That means age difference between G to E is equal to age difference between B to C, which is equal to E to D, right? The average age of D and G is 16 years. So we'll consider this. So their average age means sum of their age by 2 is equal to 16 years. And average age of A and E is, so we'll consider A plus E by 2. Their average age is 11 years, right? Average age of B and C is also 11 years. So we'll consider that also. B plus C by 2 is also 11 years. B and C have equal weight, right? So we'll take this point later. A's weight is 10 kg less than that of B and D is 4 kg heavier than E and E is 4 kg heavier than F. F is 4 kg heavier than G. Further, D has age weight ratio of 9 is to 20 where age is in years and weight in kg. A has age weight ratio 2 is to 5. Moreover, none of them is more than 40 kg. This is very important. None of them is more than 40 kg, right? And it is given that A's age weight ratio is 9 is to 20. We'll take this point first, right? Fifth point is A's age weight ratio. Age is to weight ratio is 9 is to 20. It is given that none of them is more than 40 kg weight, right? Therefore, we'll consider let A's weight be, right? Since the multiple of 20 is 40, we'll consider 40 kg, right? Then his age will be, so age will be twice of 9, which is 18 years. Is this A's age weight? It is D has age weight ratio. D's age weight ratio. This is D's, right? That means if you consider D's weight as 40 kg, so I'll write it down here. D's weight as 40 kg, right? His age becomes 18 years, right? So that age weight ratio is 9 is to 20, right? 1 point got over. Next one. So D is thrice as old as A, the first point, right? So D is 3 times A. So if D is 18 years old, so A becomes D by 3, 18 by 3. So A becomes 6 years old. A's age is 6 years, right? Now we'll consider the average average age of D and G is 16 years. So using the D plus G by 2 is 16 years. So D plus G becomes 16 into 2, 32. Therefore, we know D's age. So G's age becomes 32 minus 18. So which is 16, yes, 14 years. So G is 14 years, right? 14 years. So next, moving further, so A and E's average age is 11 years. So we'll come to this point. Third point, A plus E is 22. We know A's age. Therefore, E's age is 22 minus 6. 6 is A's age. Therefore, E is 16 years. 16 years, right? Now, average age of B and C. So B and C's age we don't know, right? Now it is given that C is as many years younger to B as G to E. So G to E. So age differences, we'll consider this point, 6 point is. So since C is as many years younger to B. So age difference between B and C. B is older, right? B minus C is equal to, it is given that G to E. So G is younger, right? So G to E. So G minus E, which is equal to age difference between E to D, right? So E is younger, right? D minus E, right? So here age difference between E to G is 2 years. D to E is also, or E to D is also 2 years. Therefore, which is equal to 2, therefore B minus C is equal to 2. Right? B minus C is equal to 2. From point number 4, B plus C is equal to 22. We'll solve these, right? So we add 4 and 6, right? So you will get 4 and 6 if you add 2B, and C and minus C will get cancelled. So 2B is 24, B becomes 12, right? So age of B is 12 years. It is given that C is as many years younger to B. That means, so the age difference between B and C is 2 years. C is younger to B, therefore C is 10 years old, right? 10 years old. Now, so B and C have equal weights. We'll discuss this later. So here, yes. So what about the age weight ratio of A? It is 2:5, right? So we'll consider that 7th point. So A's age weight ratio, age is to weight is 2:5, right? So A's age is 6 years, right? Age is 6 years. Therefore, weight becomes, so 3 into 2 is 6, 3 into 5 is 15, right? Therefore, it is 15 kg. A's weight becomes 15 kg, right? Now, we'll consider the next point, right? Next point. So, what is that? Yes. A's weight is 10 kg less than that of B. A's weight is 10 kg less than that of B. That means B is 25 kg, right? D is 4 kg heavier than E. So D is 4 kg heavier than E means E's weight is 36. E is 4 kg heavier than F. So F's weight is 32, right? And F is 4 kg heavier than G. So G's weight is 28. Further, D has age weight ratio. This got over, and A's age weight ratio got over. And we have left with C's weight, right? So here C's weight. B and C have equal weights, which is given here. Equal weights. Therefore, C's weight is also 25 kgs, right? There is no age given for 5. Yeah, sorry, F's age is not given, right? So we'll discuss it later, right? So coming back to the question number 86. So what is D's age in years? D's age in years is 18 years, right? So therefore D is 18 years old, option D. Option D is the right answer. Question 87, what is the average age of B, C, D, E, and G, right? So students, to find average age, right? So average formula says sum of all values by number of values. Here, sum of ages divided by number of persons. Number of persons, right? So sum of the ages of B, C, D, E, and G. So B's age is 12 years. 12, C's age is 10, D's age is 18, and E's age is 16, and G's age is 14, divided by number of persons are 5 here. So add these values. So here 12 plus 10, 22, 22 plus 18, 30 to 40, 56, 60, 70 by 5. Therefore, it is 5 into 1, 5 into 4. So 14 years is the average age of these 5 persons. 14 years. Option C is the right answer. Question 88. What is the difference between the weights of G and C? So here G weighs 28 kgs, right? And C weighs 25 kg. So G minus C. So their weight, G minus C is 28 minus 25, which is 3 kg. So difference between the weights of G and C is 3 kg, option B. Question 89. What is the average weight of all 7 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, right? So as we have discussed in the previous question, here also average is sum of all values by number of persons, sum of all weights, so which is 15 plus 25 plus 25 plus 40 is the weight of D is plus 36 of E, 32 is weight of F, and 28 is weight of G, divided by number of persons are 7 here, right? So add all the values. So 15, so 25 plus 20, 50, 65, 105, then 111 and 141, right? 141, 43, 173, 83, 93, 201 by 7. 201 by 7. Yes, average weight of all 7 persons is 201 by 7. Option A. Question 90. Consider the following statements. Which of the statements given above are correct, right? So first statement is age of F cannot be determined due to insufficient data. Yes, due to insufficient data, we cannot determine age of F, right? So which is true, which is correct. Whereas average weight of D and F is equal to weight of E. So we'll consider average weight of D and F. So D plus F by 2. So D's weight is 40 kg and F's weight is 32 kg by 2, which is 72 by 2 is 36. 36 is weight of E, right? E is weight. So second statement is true. Average weight of D and F is equal to weight of E. Whereas the weight difference is maximum for D and E, right? Average weight of D and F is 72 by 2 is 36, which is correct. Yes. The third statement is weight difference is maximum for D and A. D's weight is 40, right? Minus A's weight is 15, right? Therefore, 25 kg is the weight difference between D and A, right? So if you consider any two weights, the difference in their weights doesn't exceed 25 kg, right? Therefore, so this difference is maximum for D and A, right? Therefore, all the statements are correct. 1, 2, and 3. Option D is the right answer. All the statements are correct. Students, if you want to practice all the questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 91. Here the question is M greater than N if M and N are real numbers, right? So based on statement 1 and 2, can we conclude M greater than N or not, right? So we'll consider statement 1. Here M value is given, right? Which is 1 minus P into P square plus P plus 1, right? So which is nothing but, so 1 minus P cube, right? Because a cube minus b cube is a minus b into a square plus b square minus ab, right? Plus ab, sorry, plus ab, a square plus b square plus ab, right? So apply the same identity here. So we can say m is equal to 1 minus p cube, right? Which is in the form of a cube minus p cube. Whereas n can be written as n is p plus 1 into p square minus p plus 1. So which is nothing but p cube plus 1 because a cube plus b cube. So general identity says a plus b into a square plus b square minus ab. Right? Here n is in the form of a plus b into a square plus b square minus ab. Right? So here a is p, b is 1. Therefore, n is equal to a cube plus b cube, which is p cube plus 1, and m is equal to 1 minus p cube. So, value of m and n both depend on value of p, right? So, dependent on p, right? If p is equal to 1, then m becomes 0 and n becomes 2. So, n will be greater than m, right? So, here the data is not sufficient, right? The given data is insufficient to decide, right? Insufficient to decide the relation between m and n, right? Because that means the values of m and n dependent on value of p. Therefore, data is insufficient in statement 1. We'll consider statement 2. So, in which m is equal to p into n. Again, here also it is dependent on p, value of p, whether it is equal to 1, 2 or less than 1, 2, right? Or whether it is equal to 0, right? So based on that, we can decide the relation between m and n. Therefore, data is insufficient, right? Therefore, so the question cannot be answered. The relation between m and n cannot be answered even by using both the statements, right? Hence, option D is the right answer. If the question cannot be answered even by using both the statements together, so we cannot decide the relation between m and n because so the value or the relation depends on value of p, right? P is unknown here. So hence option D is the right answer. Question 92. What is the other root of the quadratic equation with real coefficients if one of the roots is minus 4 minus root 10 by 2? Right? So here statement 1 is the product of the roots is minus 3 by 2 into 3 plus root 10. If the product of the roots is given, so can we find the other root of the quadratic equation if one of the roots is given? Yes, if you consider one of the roots as alpha, right, another root as beta, right? Alpha into beta, when if it is given, product of the roots is given, right? Minus 3 by 2 into 3 plus root 10 is product of the root. Alpha is given, we can easily find the root, right? Therefore, so first statement is sufficient, right, to find the other root, right? So here the goal is to find the other root of the quadratic equation. Yes, alpha into beta value is given and alpha is given, we can find beta, right? And the second statement is sum of the roots of the quadratic equation if it is given. That means alpha plus beta is given as minus 1. Alpha is given, right? Minus 4 minus root 10 by 2 plus beta is equal to minus 1. Therefore, we can find easily the value of beta, right? Therefore, the question can be answered by using either statement alone. Any one statement is sufficient to answer the question, right? Any one statement is sufficient to find the other root, which is beta, right? So either by using first one, that is product of the roots, or by using sum of the roots. Hence, option B is the answer. Question 93. So what is the 3-digit number which is divisible by 10, right? So when a number is divisible by 10, that means it should end with 0, right? So should end with 0. End with 0. Right? Therefore, the 3-digit number should be XY0. The number in the units place will be X, in tens place, sorry, in 100 place will be X, and the number in the tens place will let it be Y, and last digit will be 0, right? So, according to statement 1, if the digits in hundreds place and tens place of the numbers are interchanged and the resulting number is diminished by 180, can we find the 3-digit number which is divisible by 0 using statement 1? So we'll consider digits in 100 place and tens place of numbers are interchanged, right? Resulting number is diminished by 180. So if So this XY0 is the 3-digit number, right? So the place value of X is 100 into X, right? Right? Plus 10 into Y, right? Plus 0, right? This is the first number, minus. So if the digits in the 100 place and tens place are interchanged, so Y goes to the place of X, then it becomes, its place value becomes 100Y, right? Plus 10X plus 0, right? So the difference between these two numbers so is 180, right? The resulting number is this one, 100Y plus 10X plus 0. It is diminished by 180, means their difference is 180, right? Just we have to change their place values here. So 180. Now simplify it. 100X minus 10X is 90X minus 90Y is equal to 180. So can we find the number using this first statement? It is not sufficient, right? We need the second statement also, right? So we'll consider this as equation 1. Whether second statement is sufficient or not, we will decide, right? According to statement 2, if the digits in 100 place is halved, so and digits in tens place and units place of the numbers are interchanged. So digits in the 100 place is X, right? So when it is halved, that means 100X, its place value is 100X, right? So the original number is 100X plus 10Y plus 0, right? Minus digits in the 100 place is halved. That means it becomes 100X by 2. Its place value becomes 100X by 2, right? And digits in the tens place. So tens place and units place are interchanged. That means tens place becomes 0 and units place becomes Y, right? And the resulting number is diminished by 336. 300 and the difference is 336, right? So is this sufficient to answer? So here, so 100X minus 100X by 2. So we have, if X is 4 by 2, 200. Yes. So we have, so it becomes a 50 into X, right? So 100X minus 50X means 50X, right? So 10Y minus Y, it becomes plus 9Y. Minus Y, it is, yes, 10Y minus Y. So it becomes, is it 9Y? 10 into Y, number in the units place it is. Yes, becomes 1 minute. It is 200, sorry, 20. Yes. Yes. Now, which is equal to 336. We'll call this as equation 2. By solving equation 1 and 2, we have got two linear equations, right? So we can find value of X and Y so that the final number, 3-digit number will be XY0, which is divisible by 10, right? So we'll find it. So here, students, so we'll multiply equation 2 by 10, right? So it becomes 500X plus 90Y is equal to 3360, right? It becomes this one. So we'll add equation 1 and 2, right? So it becomes 590X is equal to, so 180 plus 3360, so it is 3460, 3540. Right? Therefore, value of X becomes 354 by 59. So it becomes so 6. X becomes 6, right? So 59 into 6. Then Y becomes What is the value of y? Substitute the value of x in any of the equations. Say, for example, equation 1. So 90 minus 90y becomes 180 minus 90x. Minus 90y becomes 180 minus 90x. So 180 minus, so 90 into 6, so which is 540. Therefore, value of y becomes, so here the difference between 540 and 180, right? 540 and 180. So we have 6, yes, minus 360 by minus 90. So we have y as 4, x as 6. Therefore, the number which is divisible by 10 is, so 640, right? So which is divisible by 10. 640 is divisible by 10. So both the statements are needed to answer the question, right? So in 4 options, here, if question can be answered using one of the set, no, it is option A is not the answer. If the question can be answered using either statement alone is not the answer. Question can be answered by using both the statements together, but cannot be answered using either statement alone. That means both the statements are necessary to answer the question, right? Necessary to find the 3-digit number which is divisible by 10, right? Both the statements are required. Option C. Question 94. Are x, y, z equal where x, y, z are real numbers? Right? So how many statements are required? So both the statements are required or one of the statement is required here, right? To answer this. So here we'll consider statement 1, right? According to which x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx is equal to 0, right? So it is possible only when x is equal to y is equal to z, right? So in such a case, x square plus y square plus z square becomes x square plus x square, because y is equal to x, plus x square minus xy becomes x square minus yz also becomes x square minus zx also becomes x square. So we have 0 as the answer. If x, y, z are equal and real numbers, right? For any value of x, y, z which are equal, the first expression or according to first statement, so when this statement is 0, then x, y, z are equal and real numbers, right? So first statement is necessary to answer. So we'll consider the second one, which is x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. Right? Whether this is sufficient. So according to the identities, the identity says x plus y plus z. The factors of the second statement is x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Right? So here, if x, y, z are equal, right? So you will get the second term as 0. According to the statement 1, if x, y, z are real and equal numbers, the second part will be 0, right? But not the first part, right? The first part may or may not be 0. May not be 0. Right? For example, if x, y, z are equal to 2, equal to 2, right? So it becomes 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is 6. The first part becomes 6, right? Therefore, the second statement cannot answer that means cannot decide the fact that x, y, z are real and which are equal, right? Therefore, so look at the options. If the question can be answered by using one of the statements alone, but cannot be answered using the other statement alone, right? So we cannot answer the question by using the second statement alone, right? So the first statement is sufficient to answer the question. But if you avoid the first statement by taking the second statement alone, you cannot answer the question, right? Therefore, option A is the answer, right? So using one of the statements alone, that means using first statement, you can answer the question, not the second one, right? Option A. Question 95. What is the ratio x is to y is to z equal to if x, y, z are not equal to 0, right? So what is the ratio of x is to y is to z? So based on statement 1, can we decide the ratio of x is to y is to z? So let me check. So x plus z by y is equal to z by x, right? So I'll take x into x plus z is equal to y into z, right? So that means x square plus xz is equal to yz, right? So that means I'll take x square as yz minus xz, right? So by taking the common term which is z into y minus x, so x square will be taken, right? So this doesn't give the ratio between x, y and z, right? For that we have to take one more statement. So let me check z minus y by x is equal to x by z, whether it decides the ratio or not, right? So by cross multiplication, z into z minus y is equal to x square, right? Here in the first statement, we got x square as z into y minus x, right? Therefore, we can equate these two, right? Therefore, z into y minus x is equal to z into z minus y, right? Therefore, we can cancel z and z. So, y minus x is z minus y, or 2 times y is equal to z plus x. 2 times y is z plus x. Consider this as equation 1, right? Z plus x. So, here students, can we decide the ratio between x, y and z? So, based on this, so we can take 2y somewhere here. Yes. So, here x square plus xz is yz, right? Take this, right? Where we have y, in place of y, let us substitute z plus x by 2, right? Therefore, so here x square plus xz is equal to y is z plus x by 2 from equation 1, right? Z plus x by 2 into z, y into z it is, right? Therefore, so z square plus xz by 2 is x square plus xz, so that we can cancel xz and xz. Therefore, so 2x square is equal to z square, right? So that means x square by z square is equal to 1 by 2. X square by z square, the square is 1 by 2, and x by z is, so square root of 1 by 2, right? So 1 by root 2, right? X is to z is 1 is to root 2 is the ratio. So both from statement 1 and 2, we can decide the ratio of x and z. X is to z ratio can be calculated. What about x is to y? So how to find x is to y? Substitute x and z in any of the equations. So equation 1 becomes, right? 2y is equal to, so x by z, right? So in which I'll take x as z by root 2, right? Z by root 2. So z plus x becomes z by root 2, right? Therefore, 2y becomes root 2z plus z by root 2, right? 2 root 2 into y is equal to z into root 2 plus 1, right? Therefore, y to z ratio is root 2 plus 1 by 2 root 2, right? Therefore, so x to z ratio is 1 is to root 2, y to z ratio is root 2 plus 1 by 2 root 2, right? Therefore, so here, so x by z is 1 by root 2, right? Now we'll consider y by z whole divided by x by z, right? So that we can take the ratio between x and y, right? So root 2 plus 1 by 2 root 2 by 1 by root 2. Root 2 and root 2 will get cancelled. Here z and z will get cancelled. Therefore, we have root 2 plus 1 by 2 is the ratio of y to x. Right? So, x to z is root 2, sorry, 1 by root 2. Right? 1 is to root 2. Right? This is how we can calculate the ratio between x, y and z using both the statements. Right? So look at the options. Both the statements are required to answer. Right? So here the question can be answered using one of the statement. No, but cannot be answered using other statement alone. So which is not the answer. The second one, the question can be answered using either statement alone. No. If the question can be answered by using both the statements together, cannot be answered using either statement alone. So both the statements are required to answer, right? So both are required to find the ratio, right, of x is to y is to z, right? Option C is the answer. Question 96. What is the sum of two natural numbers? Right? So statement 1 says LCM of two numbers is 144 and one of the numbers is 72. So here LCM of A and B, right? A and B is given 144 and one of the numbers is given. I'll call A as 72. I'll take 72. Since 72 into 2 is 144, so next number is 144. So that LCM of A and B becomes 144. Because, so B into 1 is 144. Second number into 1 is 144 and A into 2 is 144. Right? Therefore, 144 is divisible by both A and B, right? Therefore, sum of two numbers A plus B is 72 plus 144 can be calculated, which is 216, right? Therefore, sum of two natural numbers can be calculated using both the statements, right? So, both the statements are required to answer. Therefore, here, look at the options. Question can be answered using both the statements together, but cannot be answered using either statement alone. Both the statements are required, right? Option C is the answer, right? So it is given that two numbers are natural numbers. 72 and 144 are natural numbers, right? Which is true. Hence, option C is the right answer. Question 97. Is average of the largest and the smallest of four given numbers greater than average of the four numbers? Right? So can we find or can we decide this factor based on statement 1 and 2? Right? How many statements are required to prove this factor? Right? So we'll consider four numbers A, B, C, D. Right? For example, A is greater than or A is less than B. So we'll consider the numbers in ascending order. A is the least number. So D is the greatest number, right? So the average of largest and smallest of, so the first factor, average of largest and smallest of four given numbers. So that means A plus D by 2 is the average of smallest and largest numbers, which is greater than average of given four numbers. That means A plus B plus C plus D divided by 4. Right? So that means we'll simplify it. Right? So take this 4 to the other side. It becomes 2 times A plus D is greater than A plus B plus C plus D. When A plus D is subtracted on both sides, so A plus D is greater than B plus C, right? To decide this factor, how many statements are required? Both the statements are required or one of the statements is required, right? That we have to decide. According to first statement, the difference between largest and the second largest number is, so difference between largest, that means the largest number is D, and second largest number is C. So difference between them is D minus C is less than difference between second smallest and the smallest numbers. So that means B minus A. D minus C is less than B minus A. Right? That means, so D plus A. So take this minus A to the other side. So D plus A is less than B plus C. Right? Right? So 1 minute. Yes. So minus will be greater than the other side. No, here, yes. D plus A is less than B plus C. According to the given factor, D plus A is greater than B plus C. So we cannot decide, right? Cannot be decided using the first statement. Let us try the second statement, right? With which can we decide the given factor or not. Difference between largest and smallest number is, largest number is D, smallest number is A. So the difference between D and A, right, is if it is greater than difference between second largest and second smallest. So which is greater than second largest is C minus B. If it is like this, can we prove the given factor D minus A? So in the given factor A plus D is given. So we cannot decide. Not be decided. Cannot be decided. Using the second statement also. Therefore, the given factor cannot be proved using both the given statements. Right? Hence, if the question cannot be answered using both the statements together. So option D is the answer. Right? Question 98. Is A minus B plus C is greater than A plus B minus C, where A, B, C are real numbers, right? So can we prove this factor? So using the statements when B is negative or C is negative, right? So here students consider the first one. So if B is negative, right? So the given expression becomes B is negative. So A minus B becomes minus of minus B plus C, right? So it becomes A plus B plus C. And the other side becomes A plus B minus C becomes A minus B minus C. So this will be a negative one, right? So if it is the A is greatest number and B and C are smallest numbers, then you may get a positive value. But obviously the first uh, expression, that is A minus B plus C, so this will be greater than A plus B minus C if B is negative. So you can take the values of A, B, C. So for example, A as 2, B as a negative number minus 3, C as 5, right? So A minus B plus C becomes, so 2 minus of minus 3 is plus 3 plus 5. So which is 10, and the other side becomes 2 minus 3 minus 5. So which is minus 6, right? Therefore 10 is greater than minus 6, right? Therefore we can prove the given relation between the left hand side and right hand side using the first statement. B is negative, right? So first statement is true. So considering the second statement, can we prove second statement also? First statement is enough, right? When C is negative, can we prove that? So the given relation becomes A minus B minus C, right? And the other side becomes, when C is negative, A plus B plus C, right? So we have to add all the values. So this will be less than the other side. So you can take this relation by taking A as 2, B as 3, C as a negative value, let it be minus 5, right? The first relation becomes A minus B plus C. So A minus B plus C becomes 2 minus 3 plus minus 5. Since C is negative, so minus 3 minus 5, minus 1 minus 5 is minus 6. Whereas the other side becomes A plus B minus C, right? A plus B minus C becomes 2 plus 3, minus of minus becomes plus 5. Therefore, it is 10. Therefore, so this minus 6 is less than 10. According to the given factor, the first expression should be greater than the second one. Therefore, we cannot prove the given factor by taking the second statement. Therefore, only one statement is required, right? So the question can be answered using one of the statements alone, but cannot be answered using the other statement alone. Option A is the answer, right? So we cannot use the second statement to prove the given relation, right? Therefore, option A. Question 99. What is the cost of 15 pens, 21 pencils and 18 notebooks? So how to find total cost of 15 pens, 21 pencils and 18 notebooks? Do we require both the statements, right? So let us assume cost of one pen be x rupees, and one pencil be y rupees, and one notebook cost be z rupees. Right? So here we need to find the value of 15 pence, that is 15 x rupees plus 21 y rupees plus 18 z rupees. What is the value of this? Right? For that, let us consider the first statement. First one, cost of 7 pence. 7 pence is 7x rupees plus 6 pencils 6y rupees plus 5z is equal to 200. Right? So can we find the value of 15x plus 21y plus 18z using this? We cannot, right? So we'll consider the second statement also. Cost of 3 pens, 3x plus 8 pencils, 8y plus 7 notebooks, 7z is equal to 210 rupees. So we'll add these two equations, right? So when you add, you will get 10x plus 14y plus 72 plus 52 is 124 is equal to 410, right? Here we need cost of 15 pence, right? So multiply this equation by 1.5, right? 1.5 into 10 is 15x plus 1.5 into 14, you will get 21, right? 15 into 14 is 210 and one decimal point before 0. So 21y plus 124 into 15, sorry, 1.5. Is it 124? Right, 124. We have added 72. 7z, it is not 72, sorry. So I got confused. 12z. 12z. So 12 into 1.5. So you'll get 18, right? 18z is equal to, yes, 410 into 1.5. So what is the value? So 410 into 1.5. So 15, yes, 615 rupees, right? 615 rupees. What is 15x? Cost of 15 pens, right? And 21 pencils and 18 notebooks is equal to 615 rupees, right? Therefore, so using both the statements, we can find the cost of 15 pens, 21 pencils and 18 books, right? Both the statements are required. Hence, what about the options? So the question can be answered using both the statements together and cannot be answered using either statement alone. Option C is the right answer. Question number 100. What is the area of the triangle inscribed in a semicircle with diameter as the base? So to find area of a triangle, right? So inscribed in a semicircle, we'll consider a semicircle like this, right? This is semicircle. So with diameter as the base, so we'll draw a triangle, right? If diameter is the base, so angle made at any point on the circumference, right, is 90 degree. In case of semicircle, angle made at any point on the circumference is 90 degree, right? Right? Therefore, we have got a right angle triangle, right? Here, base of the triangle is diameter, right? Can we find its area? So diameter of the semicircle is given 20 centimeter, right? Can we find the area? To find the area, we need base and height, half into base into height, right? So in case of a right angle triangle, so base is one of its sides other than the hypotenuse, right? This becomes hypotenuse, right? The base of the triangle becomes, AB becomes hypotenuse, whereas AC and BC are the other two sides, base and height, right? Therefore, we need some more information which is given in statement 2. Two shorter sides of the triangle are 12 and 16, right? 12 and 16. Here, one of the sides is base, other side is height, right? Therefore, to find area, we need base and height, which are 12 and 16. Therefore, so 2 into 6, so 96 centimeters square will be the area of the right angle triangle, right, which is inscribed in a semicircle, right? To find the area, so both the statements are required here, right? So if you have only the diameter, right, diameter of the semicircle, so it is not sufficient, right? We need base and height also, right, which is given in statement 2. So both the statements together, right? Option C is the right answer. Cannot be answered using either statement alone. Both the statements are required, right? Option C is the answer. Students, with this I am concluding this paper. If you want to practice all the questions from this paper and many more entrance exam question papers, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. I wish you a very best of luck for your future exams.